Hey Jacob, is that a low res picture of Voltaire?
Hmm?
Low res.
Oh, we're
It
starting.
looks low res.
Told you.
I think we're live. I think we're live. It says starting. So perhaps, I don't know, keep an eye on the chat, man.
Is it in the right place though? Because I asked you about this to make sure. Is it going to the
It's,
right video that you've sent everybody to?
it says we're live. It says we're live. It's Fly Monkey Podcast 02. So yeah. So we'll
Okay.
soon know. We'll soon know.
Oh man,
I know. The absolute disaster, man.
I have nothing to do with this technical side of this. Everybody, nothing.
Neither do I.
I'm victim.
It's
I'm
Jacob's
victim
fault.
too.
All right, I think we're live. I think we're live, everyone. Can
Okay.
anybody see in the chat? I'm waiting to get up on the chat. Anyone? Just people let us know we're live. And
I can't believe we're waiting for the YouTube chat to confirm if we're actually on air. Like, there's not a red dot anywhere.
There is a red
Man.
dot, but Anthony isn't looking at it because he.
it's a green dot. I can see it. We're green. We're in
We're
the goal.
green.
We're green in the goal.
But record is always red. Why would it be green?
Chat, please speak to us. If anyone can hear
Chat.
us,
Yeah,
we need
customer
help.
service. We're in limbo.
Someone hashtag all, and then we'll know you can hear us.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's just. All right.
Are you saying that the delay on to the YouTube is longer than
Yeah.
normal?
Yeah. No, we'll
Yeah,
hang out.
it's
Yeah.
like 30 seconds.
Ooh, that's going to kill some of the interaction, isn't it?
Well, no,
Well, if we're watching videos and stuff, then
Not that I
that's-
value interaction with them anyway.
keep it peasant.
Can anybody see anything on the chat?
I'm not.
Yeah,
They're
they're
talking
talking
about
about-
Milo now.
Yeah. Did you guys watch Milo on Ruben? I saw the first segment of it.
It says we have one
It's been a
person.
while ago.
We have one person
No,
watching.
it's from today.
What? Are you sure you sent it to the right place?
I'm looking at the fucking thing.
But weren't there a lot
Screen
of
share.
people in the chat beforehand watching that thing? I don't understand why it suddenly go to one.
Wait a minute.
I just refreshed the page and it says streaming now. Skullduggery is streaming now. There's a thing that says live and no image.
Seriously.
It just says, yeah, I still get live streaming starting soon. That's it.
Let me
Streaming
check.
now. What's up, guys?
Refresh that YouTube page, you'll see it.
Yeah, I can see it. It just says it's streaming now, but I can see.
On your live dashboard, you should be able to see
Yep.
exactly what the stream's putting out.
I can see it. I can see it. We've got the video waiting to go. We've got Devon at the top, me in the middle, you at the bottom,
Is it moving?
and then Voltaire. Yeah, you're moving.
Okay. Well then, we're live.
Nah, surely we'd be seeing the live on the YouTube.
I think.
Or maybe the delay is that long. I don't know.
No, the
Jesus.
delay's not that long. You've just sent people to the wrong place.
However, what?
I'm telling you, you've sent people to the wrong place. I'm gonna find you.
How- What the
I'll
fuck?
hunt you down.
How is that even possible?
Because it's you, and you'll screw it up. Anyway.
Oh, really? I haven't done shit.
Alright. Rewind and take it from make it foolproof. What does he need to send you?
He
Like
needs to
screen share
send
it or
out
something.
His new version of the video, because it'll give him a new link. I talked you through this yesterday, right before we did this.
Right. So I click on the link that say I have posted on YouTube, right?
But
The one you've
refresh the
been posting
page
on
and copy
Twitter.
that.
I'm just going to double check whether or not it's the right link. But I don't think it is, because I asked you, I said, is that the right one?
See how she's trying to blame me now. You get that?
It is.
Don't worry.
Hang on.
No, it's
I'll
not the
mess around
right
on
one.
Twitter while you
It's
guys
the
sort
wrong
it out.
one.
It's what?
It's the wrong one.
It's the wrong one.
You've sent people to a video that's not going to happen because that's not where the link is. But it does say on the that video to click on this new video. Oh, what the fuck?
How the fuck is that happening? See, it's the same key that I'm giving you.
Yeah.
If I cut and paste this key, it's the same fucking thing. It's just, I
The
don't, it's
chat's
not,
worked it out. The chat says this is the wrong link.
Told
how
you.
is that? I don't get that.
Some
How do I-
brainiacs in the chat.
How do I know what the correct link is?
because it should be in your video. It's live now. Do you want me to give you the correct link?
No, I've got it. I see it
You
because
got
it
it
put the
now?
link in there. Yeah, it's like it put the link. It put the link on the screen, and you hit link, and it. What the fuck?
This is great.
That is bizarre. Control insert. All right. Does everybody have the right link now? Christ.
I've got the right link. Do you need the right link?
No, I've got it.
So it's actually a different YouTube page we're sending them to now?
Yes, because the first one doesn't go to that place.
That's
Oh
strange.
boy.
I did say that,
Well-
didn't I?
Yeah. Well, this is.
You made my tweet a lie. I said we're live now,
Right.
and
Someone needs to post that into the old chat. And you need to delete that live stream so that people don't go there.
I deleted. This is a strong start.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
I'm feeling the
You can
enthusiasm.
tell. You can tell this is episode 2, and not episode 20.
On your mark, get set, wait for half an hour.
Did you tweet it out, Devin?
No, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me where to.
Oh, you don't. You got the link.
So wait, who's Lord Hilsty? That's a Trump supporter. How does he have control over this chat?
He has control over the chat. What do you mean?
He has like moderation control. He's a
Oh,
moderator.
everybody's a moderator on my chat. From that Cullen the Cults video.
Dude, we have a Trump supporter as a moderator. That's like auto-fascism. All right, I'm going to retweet this out, and I think we're live, and this could be the worst start in the history of podcasting.
No, I've heard worse.
The worst start in the history of podcasting so far.
Yeah, it could get worse if we do a third one.
That was darkly optimistic that we do another one.
Yeah.
So give us an intro, Anthony. I assume we're live now.
We are live, yeah, and I tried to give it. Yeah, so I gave this fantastic intro that nobody will ever hear now, because we were laughing at.
Nothing. Oh, it's done it again. What the fuck?
So yeah, welcome everybody. This is the Flying Monkey Podcast, episode 2. Woo! How's that?
Leaves something to be desired. Hold on, I'm just tweeting it out now. After
This
you
is
made
3
me
out
look
of
like
10.
an asshole.
I didn't make you look like nothing. Yeah, you tweet out and I'll retweet that, and then we can get this fucking. So we're gonna watch some. We've got some really cool videos to watch. Funny ones.
Oh, God, I feel winded. I feel like I've just been through like, a hard delivery or something.
Yeah, should we do it tomorrow, actually?
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Absolutely bungled. Okay, well, I would like to ask the panel here, the esteemed panel, what your thoughts on the traumatic events of yesterday. What time did the bombing happen in Brussels?
Oh, it's
I
quite
think I
early
woke
in the
up and it
morning.
already happened.
It's the morning rush.
Was it like a morning commute situation?
Yeah, the rush hour in the morning.
It was.
Yes,
yeah, it's fairly early. I'd woken up and it had already happened because I'm in America, so you would expect that. But yeah,
It's so weird, like how Twitter gets all active and everybody sort of starts buzzing around, and just the tsunami of stupidity. And I know, Jacob, you saw a lot of it. You were engaging with it.
I was,
What was your-
bashing regressives away like Neo fighting off those Agent Smiths in the Matrix sequels. It was
But how do you
totally painful.
find them? How do you go down a rabbit hole of like a hashtag, or how do you even discover the stupidity?
It's
The
everywhere.
hashtag is a good place to start, but they'll find you. If you put a reasonably sane and rational tweet out into the ether, some twat or dickhead will comment on it and decide to engage, and that's what I found.
Okay. Just block it.
But no, I don't do that.
Well-
Not out of any particular policy of mine. I just can't be bothered. But yeah, it was very depressing. But doesn't the sheer banality of the situation strike you as the most depressing thing about it? I mean, was anyone seriously surprised by this attack? Is
Right.
anyone under the illusion at this point that Britain will escape this or that Sweden will escape this? The Independent published a simpering little cartoon showing a Belgian flag and a French flag
I saw it.
hugging and consoling each other as if to say, we are one, we know what you're going through, etc. And I thought to myself, I'd have every European flag on standby if I were you, because there is more of this in our future, make no mistake about it.
England's
Well,
been
I
quite
thought
good,
the
so-
situation was going to be resolved when the Eiffel Tower put the Belgian flag colors up at night. I thought that was a robust reaction, and I can't wait to see if the Empire State Building does the same, because then we'll have a coalition of meaningless gestures.
World peace.
And at that point, Baghdadi will certainly call off the troops, disband
Well, there's only
them, and send them all
there's only
home.
so much international pressure of colored monuments that you can take. I mean, surely he's feeling it right now. He's sweating in a cave somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's even more sort of coming off that point, what's even more predictable than the event itself at this stage is the response to it. Yeah. I don't know if any of you caught Douglas Murray's recent piece in The Spectator, written just hours after the attack initiated, where he outlines stage by stage exactly what will happen next on our side of the fence. There's shock, and then there's mourning, then people start pointing fingers, and that's when the apologists creep out of the woodwork, and then we get this is nothing to do with Islam. Then we hurry about trying to find a Muslim who will condemn the attack, and then we see whether or not a Muslim was involved in rescuing or aiding survivors, all in a desperate and corrupt attempt to obfuscate and draw attention away from what's actually going on here. And as sure as the sun rises and sets, our whimpering little communities march in step to Murray's somber little tune. It's unbearable. I don't know what you guys think about it. I'm fed up with the whole thing.
The second it happened,
Yeah, that was
I
my first. Yeah, that was my first feeling when I woke up yesterday morning. It's like, well, we obviously know who's done this. It's not going to be any big shock. And then it was just basically a repeat of Paris again. People's reactions were just the same. You got all the regressive left coming out, saying that this has nothing to do with Islam. It's nothing to do with religion. These are just terrorists, etc., etc. And I didn't even have the energy to get involved in it. It's like, what's the point? What's the point?
People cannot be serious. I mean, I honestly don't think we are meant to be on Twitter, because we're exposed to such a grand scope of stupidity, and we're just not equipped to deal it. It's just such a whack-a-mole situation. Like the first.
Devon?
We lost Devon.
Not Devon. We need Devon.
I can't hear him anymore.
No, okay, Devon.
He's been taken. Devon, come back.
Come back.
We need you.
No, Devon's gone. Devon, call back. Like, you still there, honey?
Yeah. All right.
Like her?
Maybe we've gone.
No, I'm fine.
Fuck me. And people still blame me, Jacob. Do you hear that?
Can you
Straight
not
away
hear
they
me
still
properly?
listen. God damn,
People still
Anthony.
listen. That's what
Anthony.
shocks me.
All
People
right.
are still listening to this. Well done, guys. You're real troopers.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Like
fuck's
her.
sake.
Can you hear anything? now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Like her.
Uh,
Hold on while we try to get the call back.
yeah, I'll call you back.
You can hear me though, Jacob, right?
I can perfectly.
What the fuck? I don't even think, because I'm looking at like on a delay.
She is.
Oh, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I could hear
Alright,
you. I
back.
don't know why it wasn't going through.
All right, we lost Devon.
Yeah. Devon needs to hang up and call back.
Let me see if I can add him back. Hang on.
Oh, it's done it again for me.
All right, now I don't even see Devon as a contact on here. What the fuck?
It's because Skype's just updated in like the last hour. That's why I was having a hard time getting on.
Can you can somebody invite Devon back to the call?
I can call Devon.
That will need to be like her. I barely know what I'm touching at the moment, as far as
So it's not
technology is
just me.
concerned, at any rate.
What the fuck?
Let's see what the chat's got to say.
They're not slagging us off yet. So
No, they're not. I imagine Devon ranting into his phone. Devon is lost. No.
but,
Thanks.
they're on quite a long delay. Remember, we knew this seconds ago.
I'm calling
did.
Devon.
It's
It's
like-
just not.
Yeah.
having some
It's
kind of
probably
time
his. He'll
travel
need to
device.
It is.
update.
Look,
We
people
know
still
your
blaming me.
future, everybody. We know your future. We know
Yeah, the
what's
world,
coming your
the
way.
world blows up in 20 seconds.
Yes.
Come on. So I don't care. See, Jacob, this is why this is on my channel and not on Devon's channel or your channel, because nobody cares.
I think we should get it on Sargon's channel.
We should, as it is. Yeah, we should get it on. Have you spoken to him lately?
Yes, today. We were talking about his piece on the alt-right he's just put up on his channel. Very good, guys. You should check it out. Where he tries to do a sort of a fair-minded, balanced approach to exactly what it is these people are after, what their philosophy is, etc. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet, but I will.
Devin is
Leica?
offline.
Any look?
He's offline.
He's offline.
He's offline.
Oh no, maybe he really has been taken. I'm starting to worry now.
I think it's because mine glitched right before I was coming on, and it turned my computer all glitchy. And when I turned my computer back on, it updated. So I think it's glitching for everyone until it updates.
It's either that or there was a massive explosion in an apartment complex in Germany, and Devon is no more.
Devon was martyred. Somebody said in the chat. Yeah.
We could start this video, like, I don't know. Do you want to do that, or we'll just give it a couple of minutes, see if Devon can get back on?
Give him 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He
I'm
is
sure
the
Devon
talent.
has life.
So.
Jacob's the talent too. Come on.
Okay. He's the English talent. That's different.
It's a 4-bit effort. I think we're like the Beatles.
Yeah, we kind of riff off each other, so
we just need to decide who's who.
I'll be the drummer. I don't even know no, that was Ringo, right?
The drummer. Yeah, that was Ringo.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know, I couldn't even name all of the Beatles, and I'm from Liverpool.
There you go. I'll be the 5th one.
What, the one who's just died recently?
The one who just died, yeah.
Someone's asking me how the brothels are. I presume that's a reference to my enterprise in the Ukraine. They're not brothels. Let me just restate that publicly. They are perfectly legitimate and above board modeling agencies. Thank you very much. But yes, you are welcome to visit anytime.
Yeah, Ukraine, nice place. Apparently.
Are you there now?
No. Okay.
Okay.
I'm in the UK at the moment.
Good.
You're in Scotland, right?
Actually, England
you're in
right
England?
now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You jet set.
Just on the border or all the way back? Down south?
No, in London. Yeah,
Okay.
down south.
Yeah, Devon's still offline. I guess he's having internet issues.
He'll be updated. He'll be fine in a minute.
Yeah.
Give him time.
Let's just keep an eye on the chat. We'll talk to people in the chat then. Oh, somebody's from
can't see
Liverpool
the
too, like a
Which one?
Beanball says, I'm from Liverpool too.
Ah,
Yeah, I'll come around and visit you, make you a cup of tea.
fucking stab your lad in the face. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked if you were obese as well, like a.
Am I obese?
saw
Do
that
I
earlier.
have to stand up and show that I'm not obese?
Yes.
It's clearly not true. You can tell by your face.
So skinny.
Yeah. And your arm width.
Show that.
Somebody asked earlier if my microphone could be turned up. Is that something you could accomplish, like a?
No, that'd
I don't
be
know what
on
I'm
your
doing.
end.
That's on my end, is it?
Yes.
What kind of microphone are you using, Jacob?
The Yeti.
The blue snowball thing?
No, not the snowball. I think it's got a snowball head. but the official name is the Blue Yeti, I believe.
If you go to Skype and go to call and then audio settings, you might be able to find it there.
Oh, my camera keeps going off. I don't know what's doing it. Someone's saying in the chat I don't look Muslim.
No, you don't look Muslim.
That would be the lack
I
of a
agree.
headscarf. Yeah.
I guess. But you're not very brown either.
No. Slightly.
I think that's probably what they're getting at.
Were you born into a Muslim family?
My dad's side is Muslim, but I didn't meet them until I was like 13.
Oh wow, I didn't realise that.
She doesn't look like a Muslim, Jacob. I don't know what you think. I mean, she doesn't.
No, certainly not
Devon's
an Arab
back.
Muslim.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little bit darker than white people. I think the only thing
Yeah,
that
Skype's
have...
not always the
Sorry.
Skype's not always the best sort of tool to view people's
Skin
features,
colour.
etc.
I'm adding Devon back
Right.
into the call.
Oh, I added him.
Okay.
Je suis
Oh my
Davin. Oh,
god.
he's back.
Yeah, what happened there, Devon? Was that my fault as well?
Well, I haven't ruled it out. Yeah, guys, I was ridiculous. What was the last thing I was saying? I'm sure you guys have moved on, as painful as that is for me to accept. But
We did.
I would have expected like 10 minutes of total silence and out of respect for what has happened to me.
Well,
But I was in the middle of a
Internet,
story. What was the last thing you remember me saying?
I think you were blaming me for something. I can't quite remember what it was.
Well, it's not like it was some great point that I have to revisit, but it was funny because I was talking and I was like trying to tell jokes and shit, and I was like, damn, I thought that was kind of funny, but not a single reaction from these people. I was like, God
Great.
damn it, they are really like trying to leave me out to dry here. And I went on for like a good 3 minutes.
No, man, you just dropped. That was it. Just dropped.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's my fault. So where are we here? What,
We were
you guys are
actually
just-
we were actually talking about what you wanted to know our thoughts on that Brussels thing. That's where we were.
Yes, and
What
I'm
was revealed?
depressed and angry. I think people got that.
I was
And I think
bored
you-
and apathetic.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so it's just up to you now, Devon, to.
Okay, well, do you think there's any change? I mean, have we gone anywhere from Paris till now? there
No,
any
I think
change
it's
in-
gotten
No,
worse
none
than
whatsoever.
anything. I mean, England's been really good over the Brussels things because we've had a few people send out tweets like England's next and we're going to do this, and they've been arrested today, so that they've already acted on just the people saying these things, which is good.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think
so-
that Stop Islam hashtag was actually not very helpful because it's basically begging for tackling a problem that's larger than the immediate problem, which is Islamism and terrorism. You know, so it's like we have to do these things in stages. And I'm all about saying fuck Islam. Of course, stop Islam, but not in the immediate aftermath of a terrorist attack. How about like stop ISIS, stop Islamism, and then work from there?
Yeah, but I think
Yes, I
Islamism.
understand that, Chris.
Sorry. Islamism grows
go ahead,
in Muslim communities that are large, so if you can make that smaller, there's less of a chance of people being radicalized.
Well, I don't like that expression, people being radicalized.
Well, being
They make
Muslim,
it
sorry.
Well, people radicalize themselves. It just takes the onus off the person. I just feel it's so cowardly to be like, well, this guy was radicalized. Well, who did it to him? You know, like what? It's like, no, he had the power to not be, but he was. Like he chose to self-radicalize. I mean, it's just, I don't like the
Yeah,
phrasing of it.
adults making their own decisions.
Yeah, it's true. The Stop Islam thing, I must admit I did use it, but it was mostly out of rage and just general. I felt like I need to lash out at the world, and I do stand by it generally, of course. But I totally take your point that perhaps in the aftermath of something like this, a hashtag directed at the specific or perhaps more easily addressable problem would have been more helpful.
Yeah, and once again, we have brothers acting here, and you know, you got to assume it's the older brother, right? It's always the older brother. Has it ever been just some diabolical younger brother who's just like pulling the strings on this older brother?
Oh, there's a great question. There must be one.
Majid Nawaz, his older brother, was less radical, wasn't
Oh, was it?
he? Yeah, I remember him telling a story about his brother had threatened someone with a bomb, and then, but it was a joke. Well, not a joke, but it was fake. And then Majid was the one who went on to be the radical.
I thought Majid had some nice tweets actually in the aftermath. He was like, "Look, Muslims, the entire world is pissed when you start bitching about backlash and Islamophobia in the immediate aftermath of bloodshed like this." You know, he's trying to call them out for these ridiculous conversations that follow.
Quite right too. There
that-
was so much of that. There was so much of my heart goes out to my fellow Muslims across the continent who are undoubtedly going to be unfairly maligned and targeted and all this. It's like, yeah, okay. If that's your first expression, if that's the first thing you want to say about what's happened today, you're not helping either yourself or the religion, quite frankly, because most of us are fed up with it.
And these people are like coming very close to me, which is very. I mean, Brussels is is the major city in a bordering country. The attacks in Paris, same situation. There was an ISIS plot on New Year's Eve in Munich, and in Cologne, Germany. They're getting all grab-assy. So, I mean, it's coming to me. I can't escape.
Yeah, I found that kind of funny, Devin, because when we first started speaking, like 18 months ago or something like that, there weren't really that many Muslims in Germany at the time. Or no, there were no real Muslims causing any problems. This is prior to this massive influx.
Right.
I remember kind of asking you at the time if you'd experienced any of it, and I can't
Well, it's
remember
weird
what your
because
response was, but it wasn't like it
I mean,
is now, you know.
to be honest, the Turkish and the German situation is relatively good compared to other countries and how Muslims have assimilated and coexisted. And if you asked a German out here, they wouldn't paint a rosy picture of the Turks, but the migrants, it's a whole different situation. When I first came to Germany, I had no idea there were Turkish people here, and they're this massive minority. I mean, most people still don't. If you've never been here, there's no reason you should know that.
Yeah, they just make
But
kebabs and stuff. That's about it, right?
Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. It's a dire situation, and on the radio here, they're constantly talking about this new political party, the AfD, the alternate for Germany, and
Yep.
they're trying to still like I hear the word Nazi. My girlfriend listens to the radio and I hear the AfD and Nazi. It's like what? Somebody's calling them Nazis, and that's still the talking point. And it's like the AfD is led by this woman, this like Muti. She looks like a soccer mom. This is not Nazism. Anyway, I think that it is a disastrous situation. I think if this Brussels thing happened in Germany, it would only accelerate what we see happening here. And everybody would bitch and say, "Oh, it's the far right, the rise of the far right." No, it's the rise of the logical and sane backlash to terrorism, widespread terrorism.
Yeah, I agree.
Got to do something.
I agree. Let's watch your video. What do we think?
Now
Check the video?
that's the wind outside your place.
Oh, you heard
Is
that?
what
You
I'm
heard
hearing?
that? Yeah.
So, communist guy?
Yeah, communist guy.
Okie dokie. Uh-oh.
Wow. Oh god.
Give me a second.
Like when you see a picture of this guy, do you already form your opinion about him like I do?
Oh, there we go. Whoa.
Well, no, the sound's not coming through for me.
I can hear it.
Okay, but it's not coming through for me.
All right, well, just Jacob, can you hear it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, just play it like a.
That means the chat can't hear it. If I can't hear it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I love that guy straight away. Can people in the chat hear the video?
No, they can only hear what I can hear.
Oh god. It's 165 people watching this. Fuck me.
Soon to be 100.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They have no power when they're separated. There's a lot of truth to that. If they were collect in one room and we had like a webcam of them all sitting in a room, like going, "What the fuck is happening right now? Why is my life being wasted?"
We'd be lynched
we
by
know-
now if,
Oh, yeah.
if
Yeah,
this
but we-
was in public.
Mob rule.
Yeah.
But in
wonder
answer
if
to
that
your
would be-
question about this guy, Devon, I don't know if it would be wrong of me to say that I do not form an opinion, but I try not to.
No,
but
I'm
the
not saying
fact
like
that he's-
a definitive. I'm saying like just the initial impression that you would get.
Of
I mean, it's
course, I
gotta be
think that's
bad. You have to-
Yeah, it's unavoidable.
Yeah. And what is it specifically? Can you narrow it down?
Well, I take in everything around me, including the ridiculous symbol he has on the bottom left, which just makes me want to punch him immediately, regardless of what he looked like. But then,
Like, what are the chances that at the end of this video you become a communist? You're like, you know what? That was highly compelling.
Be open-minded.
Okay.
I need everyone to
100%.
stop
Okay.
talking for about 5 seconds.
All right, shush.
Okay.
It's longer than that. Christ.
You're fine to talk now.
Oh, thanks.
What the fuck?
I can hear that.
I know it's not playing for me though. No one can hear it. Speakers fine. Real tech.
Podcast number 3 is going to be the ceremonial burning of podcast number 2. I really never trust a guy who wears black on black, like black tie on a black shirt. Like, what is that?
He's got a nice
Yeah.
view.
Leather tie?
He's got a nice view
And
out
it's-
the window, though.
Shit.
And it's true.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do it for me. He's not gonna convert me to the second most evil ideology in human history. It would take Scarlett Johansson, with a hammer and a sickle across each breast for me to even bother
Right.
watching the whole video with interest.
Well, but do you think it is inherently evil, or is just in practice? Like historically, it's been that way.
I think both. I think
Really?
the idea is pretty gross, and then obviously when it's put into practice, all sorts of horrors are unleashed, as we all know.
Hey, Leica, your audio
Yeah.
is your audio is turned up at the bottom there, Leica, right?
What?
I'm just pointing out the obvious of
Yeah,
the.
my audio is turned up.
Okay. Just checking the obvious.
Fuck.
The youngest among us is trying to figure out the tech stuff because that's our best chance.
Yeah, it's best and only chance.
Yes, if you get Izzy in here, maybe she's got some ideas. But it's true. The younger you are, the better you are with this stuff nowadays. There are things. My brother's 5 years younger than I am, and there are things he can do with the machine that he can build websites, and it's like when I look at him as if that's a weird thing to be able to do. He's like, everyone can do that. It's obviously you can do that.
Yeah.
But,
HTML, you
I
don't
mean,
speak it. What's wrong with you?
Right. Speak it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they learn it in school, which is like sounds very obvious, but I didn't learn this in school. I think actually in my kindergarten we had a computer, but it was like so remedial. It was like just I think it had like a game on it.
We had a
And-
green screen, Devin. You must have been like that as well, because you're pretty much the same age as me. The first computer I
green
ever saw had a green screen.
Yeah, the DOS and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And you
And
could
it's
make
got
it,
one
and you could
program.
and you can make
Play
it say
Pac-Man
like
on it. That's it.
no, nothing like that. No, you could just make it say swear words.
Well, I remember playing like a terrible like choose your own adventure sort of like action game where you're fighting like it was almost like Dungeons and Dragons, but just with text. So
Yeah.
it would be like some goblins approach you. What do you do? And you're like,
Go left.
press A for attack. And I was like, okay, A, attack. You killed one. One of them hit you. 25 points of damage. I was like, what? Oh, that's weak. It's like,
No, the ones I played on were entirely text based. Entirely text based. No graphics whatsoever. So you would have you would have a description read out to you, or you would read the description. You're in a gladed field. There is a dragon to your left. There is a goblin to your right.
Just stuck in the middle.
Yeah, like type thing. That was the 80s.
Oh.
That was the 1980s in computers. It was fantastic.
it's funny. I mean, I make fun of the fact that I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, but like, I'm still way into Game of Thrones. Like, I really haven't changed that much. It's just,
Never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
Just stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
I know, it's horrible. I could watch it
Bye,
all.
Mum.
That was the
Oh.
Netflix. That was the
I have sound.
1980s in computers. You have sound.
it's funny.
Yay!
I mean, I make fun
Well
of the
done,
fact that I
Micah.
used to play Dungeons and Dragons, but like,
Yes.
I'm still
All right,
way
whenever
into
you're ready,
Game of
Darren.
Thrones. Like,
Let's watch this
I really haven't
communist
changed that
convert
much.
Jacob.
Yeah,
Never
and what
seen
city
an
is that in
episode of
America?
Game of Thrones.
Just stuck in the middle.
I know, it's horrible. I could watch it
Bye,
all.
Mum.
That was the Netflix.
It's got like a TV tower. It looks like Berlin, but it's
You have
not.
sound.
It's funny.
No, the
That's
towers are
China
too
or
high.
something.
That one across his left shoulder there, that's way too high.
Holy shit.
It's
But
the city
Aurora,
he will
that's
eventually rule when the communists take over.
All right, let's watch this first video.
All right,
This guy's
watch it
old.
from the beginning.
Do you want to give any backstory of this, Devin? Because you picked this one out.
Yeah, I think I was a search. I don't know. I randomly came across him, and he had some criticisms of new atheists, which I always find fun when it's coming from an atheist. It's really like a sort of inherent cognitive dissonance situation.
Someone who should know
Yeah,
better.
Yeah, like C.J. Werleman does it all the time. Yeah, he wrote a book about it, for God's sake. And Dank Uger, same story. But I just saw him and was entranced by. And actually, here's the scary part. Guess how many subs this guy has?
Like 20,000, right?
Oof.
Wow.
Is it something like that?
Yeah, 20,000.
Well, yeah,
20,000.
we talked about it. Yeah, 20,000 people.
I
Anyway,
mean,
yes. So right now he's appealing to his communist masses, right?
It's comrades.
His comrades.
this is the video okay, this is the video on his Patreon page, okay, where he has, I think, like, 10? I don't know. It's not much. It's not impressive.
So this is the video he wants everybody to see.
Yes.
Yes.
The video.
He-
So you make your mind up as to whether or not to support him based on this video.
Mhm.
Great.
This was his big pitch, and he put this on his channel. So it exists on Patreon, but also on his channel.
So he advertises communism on the free market.
Yes. Irrelevant, Michael. Let's just play the video.
Okay.
Non-struggle news fans, I come to you today with some bad news. My computer died on me, and it's extremely difficult for me to do these videos now. I'm using a much older computer that's pretty much on its last legs. What happened was the computer I had, the motherboard went, and with that gone.
1 second.
Carry on. No, carry on.
Carry on. It's just you haven't said anything.
Yeah. No, he's
That was
just
a
whining about his
preemptive pause.
computer.
Like it's like he just said
The whole
motherboard.
thing.
Surely somebody has to say
The
something.
motherboard went, and with that gone, the whole thing is gone. I need to get a new computer, and I can probably get a used one for about $200-300.
Pause. Okay, wait a minute. What kind of computer can you get for $200? I mean, how? Jesus.
One of those Raspberry Pi ones.
Oh, they're 20 quid, dude.
What?
He did say a used one, and
But what I like
of
about
course
this
he's
is-
for sharing the wealth. So
That's true. But the tone of voice that he's coming at us with, it's not like upbeat or perky or sort of comical.
The guy's in
It's not
desperate.
self-aware. Yeah, he's like basically like coming across like, look, I'm a sick kitten. Please save my life here.
pretty much,
It's just, yeah, it's
he,
just there's
he
something
just
really
needs
unmanly.
he needs a cup really with "Please help me" written on it.
Right.
Hold it up
Right.
to the camera, and that will complete the picture.
But give him a chance because I love it when he gets to the please just give me $1 if you have it.
Oh God, that's not really coming, is it?
Oh yeah.
The problem is I really don't have that money, and because of the way YouTube works, we're all making less and less money, us smaller YouTubers. Now people like, epic rap battles of history, stuff like that, all corporate owned stuff is doing just fine, but the smaller YouTubers, we've
Epic
No,
Rap
no, no.
Battles in
Hang
History
on.
isn't corporate. Is it?
Well, that, and also he seems to be pissed at the fact that the larger channels make more money than the smaller channels. That seems to be
Class warfare.
pretty fair and just to me. But then again, I'm a cold-hearted capitalist, so what do I know?
Yeah, it's a valid point. I mean, the man makes me feel sad for some reason. I almost want to be on his side here, but I'm definitely not. But keep going.
So
seen
you
a
will
lot
not
of
be
our money
donating to his
decrease, so
Patreon,
it's
is that
not
right?
just- See,
Sorry.
Give him a chance. Oh, here's another thing. Do you guys find that this guy is a slow blinker? Like, I feel like he has a very slow pace to his blinks, and they're not even symmetrical. So one eyelid is closing up slightly
He's
faster
one
than
of
the other
them.
one.
He's one of them.
Well,
Alright.
Let's
I just
let's
feel
watch
like,
Let's watch.
yeah.
the problem is I really don't have that money, and because of the way YouTube works,
was a
He's very
slow
slow,
blinker.
very
less
slow
and less
blinker.
money, us smaller YouTubers. Now people like, epic rap battles of history, stuff like that, all corporate owned stuff is doing just fine. But the smaller YouTubers, we've seen a lot of our money decrease. So it's not just me, it's everybody. And given that, it is also it's getting more difficult for me to keep up with the cost of doing it, because there are costs involved in doing this that I can no longer keep up. My financial situation is actually getting pretty weak. So I would really appreciate
Pause.
that.
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, I feel like he has a Hitler mustache just waiting to happen right there. He's like a couple of razor strokes away. Do you see that?
His mouth's
It's right
tiny
there.
as well. His mouth would suit a Hitler mustache.
I think it's also not just the mustache he has, but the shadow of his nose. It's just forming this pure Hitler mustache vibe. But he just said, my financial situation is weak. And I love that he shows that word. That's not how you describe your financial situation. It's weak. Yeah, how's your checking account doing? Well, it's weak, to be honest. It's flimsy.
He's just about ready to walk into the center of the office like Michael Scott and shout, "I declare bankruptcy." That's really what he wants to do. You can see it in his
Exactly.
eyes.
All right.
Can someone let me know what second on the video we're in?
105.
105, yeah.
It keeps going backwards. I don't know why it's doing that.
It did, yeah, I noticed that, but it's okay.
That if you have ever wanted to give, anything to help me out with this, to go to my Patreon account, which is linked in the description below, to donate at least some kind of money to help me keep this going. I've done this for almost 6 years with never asking for anything. I've never asked you for help. I've never asked you for any money because I've always been able to take care of it myself. Unfortunately, due to the situation I'm in right now, my finances are actually pretty bad. So really, I'm trying to raise money to get a new computer because the one I have now is basically dead. So if you can just give even a small amount of thing, even if everybody who watches the video on a regular basis, say 1,500 people, all gave $1 each, that would be enough
Capitalism.
to totally take care of the computer problem.
No, but he wants
So-
everyone to give the same. So that's he's maintaining his principles.
Yes.
$1 each.
I love the fact that he ran the numbers in his head. Like he was like I get 1,500 views on average. If they just all gave $1, Jesus Christ, this would be an easy fix. What the
And
hell?
of course, in his brain, you all should give $1. It's not, so he's asking, but what he really means is I deserve it, and
Well,
you know it. So
he's done 6 years of content for free, so you kind of owe him.
Yeah, come on.
I also like the fact that he pointed down below. Like I feel like that's YouTube 1.0, where it's like the link right down here. If you click right here,
Like you don't know where it is.
oh,
Thankfully, you pointed the link out. Otherwise, I would have completely missed it.
yeah, I know, pathetic. It's just like, damn, man, and not a smile either. There's no joy in this man. He's really at like his bottom right here.
He's rock bottom, pal.
Hmm.
Go ahead, like it.
If you can just give even $1, that's fine. And with enough of those, I'll have enough money to get a new computer.
Enough of those.
or
Enough of those
to
$1.
get a used computer. So if you can, and you've ever wanted to help, I would really appreciate it if you did so now by going to the link in the description.
He sounds tearful.
Man, this guy's an empire. Look at this. Tumblr.
oh my God, Maoist rebel news. Jesus Christ.
Everybody follow
Yeah.
that guy right now. Give him some shit.
Okay, but don't feel too good about this guy because he's about to come after us. Okay,
Yeah.
we're
so
about to get
next-
victimized by him.
Next video, like
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hang on, you want the my response one?
Yes.
he's not pulling punches. He's coming straight at us,
Okay.
and he compares us to something. You'll see.
Just technical.
Click, 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 click.
Nice. Well, he calls us new atheists, and I find that I feel like the term new atheist just there's nothing productive about it anymore, and it's just so been there, done that.
Who coined
It's
that
just-
expression?
It's such a
Well,
Mouse Rebel News fans, I come to you today with some bad
And
news.
initially, it was there to
My
distinguish
computer died
between
on
the
me,
atheists who kept their
and
mouths shut and
it's
the ones that have
extremely
the guts to
difficult
speak
for
out.
me to
But
do these
we
videos
all
now.
kind of get
I'm
the
using a
routine
much
now.
older
Is there anybody
computer
been
that's pretty much on its
attributed
last
to that
legs.
particular
What happened
expression,
was the
Jacob?
computer I had, the
That you know of, or Devon?
Ooh,
Um,
someone must have
all I know is that
tweeted. I'm not sure who.
Well, like, we know where regressive left came from, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the Young Turks tried to call it neo-atheist for a while, but I called them out on it and in the comments and made videos about it. But they're like, yeah, let's demonize them. Let's call them the neocons, the neo-Nazis, the neo-atheists.
That's what they mean, of course.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
all
them.
word games, man.
All right, play.
I had to do something. Is everyone on this new video now?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay.
Say blur.
Oh,
Production value.
Good intro. That's a good intro.
Oh, powerful.
That's like the rebel.
I'm like half converted.
Yeah, I'm halfway there. I have 1 foot in the communist camp.
I don't know what I saw, but there were some flashing lights and some sounds.
And a sickle, and yeah.
I'm
oils.
primed, man. That was intellectual lubricant right there.
Go ahead.
One subject that I've never really touched upon is the new atheist movement. And you know, the
stop
one I'm
straight
referring to.
away. Stop. Stop. Now, okay. Now, what's the first thing you noticed about the guy in this particular video?
I see a phallic tie.
Right. And written on the band, clinging for life around his chubby arm, are the words Mao Zedong. Right? Because I read Chinese, I can read that.
What? Look at
Meaning,
you.
of course, Chairman Mao of the Chinese Communist Party, a dictator who slaughtered upwards of, 50 million people? History's greatest mass murderer. So from that perspective, you should be more repulsed by the presence of that armband than by a neo-Nazi shouting "Seek Heil."
I like
It's
the fact
simply
that
stunning.
Jacob just said, I can read it, of course.
Yeah.
I know.
I was more
Yeah.
impressed with that. Really?
Yeah, and actually,
he's-
if you want to, sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it.
If you want to get more specific, the band is actually a replica of the one worn by Mao's Red Guard, and that was a task force with the primary objective of purging China of all of its intellectuals. So keep that in your mind, folks. This man promotes an ideology that, if implemented in the US, for example, you would see all of your favorite cultural brain boxes. You know, Sam Harris, who else we got? Ben Shapiro, even Noam Chomsky, right? They would be shot in the streets for
Well, not all
knowing
bad.
too much. It's difficult for a human being to endorse evil to the extent that I actually want to vomit, but there you have it in this guy.
So he's
Any
like
sympathy
a
I had for him and his computer is out of the window.
so he's like a chubby communist stormtrooper wannabe.
Pretty
What do you think-
much.
What do you think Mao would say to him if they ever met? What would that conversation go like?
You'd give him a big wet kiss, I would imagine. Dark
And-
comrade, onwards and upwards.
So you have Chinese. You enjoy China. You're going to China, or you just went?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going on the 2nd of April. But I
Are
have
you going to get
my-
questioned by the immigration people? Going to question you or look at you inquisitively about that trip?
He does have
They
ginger
of-
hair. which
Yeah,
is
they
an
often do, but
immediate-
that's because my
immediate red flag.
passport is my passport picture doesn't actually match how I look today, so they're
I
very
see.
suspicious.
That's because he's
But,
dyed his hair. He's dyed his hair from ginger to black.
Did you
No, I
really?
used to have very long hair, unruly hair, that you could strangle somebody with. Not anymore. But no, I usually just nod, smile, and speak Mandarin, and they let me through.
I see. So tell me about the relationship between violence and this ideology. Like, how
Well-
prevalent is that, and what is his goal?
Well, there were at least 500,000 intellectuals in China massacred by the Red Guard simply for being problematic and knowing stuff. So if they represented ideas that were contrary to communism, if they represented ideas that were contrary to Mao's philosophy, so old ideas of China, basically, Chinese intellectual concepts reaching back as far as Confucius, they were seen as obviously subversive and dangerous, and they were simply killed. And this guy's
mean-
wearing their armband. I mean, I honestly can't believe it. He must know this. So
Is-
either he's proud of it.
His backdrop is Canada, right? Am I wrong there? What is that background? Is that Toronto or something like that?
Yeah, it's a good question.
No, that's
the chat might know.
Singapore?
that's Shanghai.
I know.
Is it Shanghai? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I would have said
think.
Singapore.
And what's up with the jihadi beard? Does that go along with Maoism? I can't, right? He looks like a Muslim from the neck up.
No, Mao was clean shaven.
Yeah, I think that's an Asian thing. But okay,
You don't, see,
well,
you,
let's
don't
hear
see
him
many,
out.
you don't see many Chinese people with beards
Um,
these days.
You can't really
yeah.
grow a beard when you're Chinese.
well, the
Really?
Kung Fu masters, they could rock it. But,
It's only in one place. It's
There's
like
a-
a goatee.
well, we call it the Fu Manchu. I don't know if that's a local slang or I don't know if it's penetrated to your neck of the woods.
I know what that is. Yeah. Go ahead, play the video.
I don't. Does someone want to teach me what a Fu Manchu is?
Fu Manchu is like you've got that wispy top beard, the top mustache, sorry, that kind of extends out from your lip and then it goes down in a.
Like
Yeah.
Miyagi?
Yes.
Think of Kill Bill, the guy from Kill Bill,
Yeah.
Which guy?
the teacher, the
Okay.
sensei, the
Yeah,
guy,
Hai Mei.
right, if I may.
Yeah.
All right. Let's listen to the communists.
The Richard Dawkins, the whole the new generation of atheists, militant atheists fighting religious influence.
Does he mean metaphorically fighting or physically fighting?
It's hard to tell with him,
Okay.
but I mean, I don't think Richard Dawkins is getting into cage fights anytime soon.
All right. Let's see what he has to
In the
say.
country. But as an outsider looking in, did you ever notice that the new atheist sounds a lot like the old Christian? A great deal of the new atheist movement is just straight out racism. Its hyper focus is on Islam, and particularly third world Islamic people. Now, you would think that the new atheists would be far more concerned with Christianity in America, being that those are the religious people right next
No.
to you.
No.
No.
Okay. Obviously, this entire line of argument is just bullshit. But it's not even internally consistent bullshit.
No.
With the exception of Sam Harris, most of the prominent new atheists live in Europe, where Christianity is practically dead, and we have an abundance of Muslims and the problems they bring. Richard Dawkins, Douglas Murray, Ayaan Hirsi Ali was originally from here until she was chased out by Muslims. Kind of explains her focus on it, doesn't it? I mean, this is just, again, a prime example of someone who knows nothing, not a thing about which they speak.
Yeah, it's weird how he would assume that new atheists are American and that we should talk about these ideas from an American standpoint. I mean, that is infuriating because that's what Americans do all the time. But when you're talking about ideas, what does national borders have to do with it?
And it reminds me of that video you made against the atheist experience. You called them out on that exact point. That exact
Yeah,
point. Sorry.
it's funny. I feel like you're in my head because I just did another recording from because Kieran called back and they had basically the same conversation but just abbreviated, and they did the same thing where he's like, Islam is a bigger problem. It's more dangerous. It's more violent. And she's like, no, no, I don't think so. I think it's regional. And then she went on to say, in Austin, Texas, Islam isn't the biggest problem. I was just like, oh my God, it's just depressing. It's just, wow. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Mention abortion clinic bombings. All 11 of them.
She did mention that. And I mean, it's just, I don't know. It really disheartens me when somebody makes a point that is so unworthy of being made that like you have to slam on the brakes and be like, do I have to explain to you why that is totally irrelevant? Like conversations get sidetracked like that all the time, especially like when there are important things to talk about and yet we can't because we're stuck bogged down with like dense minutia or just apologetics.
Boggles the mind.
I like how he has like a piece of paper in front of him, but like I can't really see anything written on it. I think it's just there as a security blanket, like to make it look official.
I can see stuff written on it.
Okay.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Those are the religious people that are influencing the government. They're the ones that are sending people who believe God chose them to be president to hold.
That's ridiculous. If these are people that influence in the government, why is gay marriage legalized? Why is literally no religion in what they're doing?
Did he suggest that new atheists influence the government?
No, he said that the
further from
Christians in America influence the government, but they're not exactly making that part of the policy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a secular nation, but all bets are off if Ted Cruz gets elected, of course, but yeah.
He has the evangelical support, doesn't he? But correct me if I'm wrong, this is overblown in the US. It's not actually as bad as people on the left like to make out. Christianity doesn't run the US, does it? It's not the impression I get.
The biggest controversy with Christianity this last year was Starbucks coffee and like whether or not they put Christmas decorations on it. Literally, it's a joke. It's a total non-starter. Nobody cares.
And Donald Trump said he was going to bring that back, which demonstrates a lack of understanding of all sorts of things, including the Constitution.
Oh, for sure. By the way, did you guys see the vote in Utah on the Republican side? Trump got like 8%, 10%, something. Ted Cruz like easily won because I guess they're like, look, we're judging on who's Christian, who's more Christian, and Trump clearly didn't pass the bullshit test for the Mormons. I don't know what that says, but like it's like 10 degrees of crazy going on.
Well, he got up and said that he loved the Mormons, but that Mitt Romney wasn't one of them.
Yeah,
and
that's
that
what it is.
caused
Right.
a lot of backlash in the crowd.
Oh,
he got booed very loudly for the first time, I think.
Yeah, Mitt Romney's influence, if it can be pulled anywhere, it's going to be in Utah.
Drew just said in the chat that Christianity does have an influence in America. I mean, it has influence. I don't know if it has a great influence in America.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it substantial.
People bleat on about it, but like Devin just said, it's like it's coffee cups and irrelevant shit. It's just it's a distraction.
What about in Drew's defense, though? What about the abortion situation and Planned Parenthood and things? They weigh a bit of power there, don't they?
He is a guy writing to us from Texas, so it's a totally different situation on the ground there. I'm an LA guy, and it's a wildly different situation out there. So yeah, I sympathize with people who are neck deep in the Bible Belt. I mean, yeah, it's for real.
Yeah, I think Drew's point is that people will vote for politicians that are religious. I guess that's true.
Yeah, but what I think that is because like literally almost every president that you've had has said no to gay marriage, and then that'll still end up being overlooked or overruled even by the Supreme Court. So I don't think they have any actual influence when it comes to practicality.
Yeah, I mean, the system we have set up by the founding fathers was pretty damn good, and it was pretty, I don't know, cutting edge at the time. And I know they borrowed all the ideas, but as far as a practicing system, it is kind of superior. It's a tribute to them, really, that we don't have to deal with a lot of the mess that other countries have to deal with. I mean, look, Ireland today, abortion's illegal.
Yeah,
Ireland.
this is embarrassing.
What the fuck?
Yes.
All right, play the video.
The nuclear codes, you think they'd be a little bit more concerned about those people, yet they don't. They seem to be more concerned about third world Islamic people. And go read their comments and you read their statements. Richard Dawkins, one of them, very much so. They're tremendously racist. They're always
Okay, next.
Okay, wait a minute.
Just
I loved how he
get
just
outta here.
there was 3 seconds of silence after he said they're racist.
Jacob is done.
Where
I mean,
I was expecting him to have a reason to say that, like he might back that up, but no, it was over. Dawkins is racist. Just pause, hold, let that sink in.
Shut up.
I defy anyone to find a single thing the man has said in his entire career that could be construed as racist by any reasonable person.
Yeah,
You can't-
and I like how he says he's worried. New atheists are worried about third world Muslims. Yes,
No,
we are, but
not anymore.
right, specifically though, it's third world Muslims who have moved to the first world and ruined it and turned it into the third world. I mean, that's
Yep. Right behind you, buddy.
Play it.
yeah.
grading, particularly Muslims of color. But at the same time, isn't
Hold on.
Muslims of color.
Wait a minute. Did you see how he tried to slip in that the entire movement is racist? Wait, why? Because we talk about Muslims of color? First of all, nobody cares what color these people are. And
No.
second of all, the fact that most of the terrorist attacks happen to be committed by brown, black, and yellow people doesn't matter at all. I mean, trust me, I've seen the ginger Muslims in the UK, and I'm irritated by them just as much as anybody else. I mean,
They only
what
just
color were
escaped
the
their
guys?
clutches.
Oh yeah, right. What color were the guys in Brussels? They were like beige, right? What are they? What is that?
Pale brown
like-
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of noticing unconsciously, but it's not your focus. Your focus is what have they done and why did they do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blown
simply
shit up
matters
because
not.
of Islam.
Yes.
Those are the answers to both those questions. That's
And
all that
what's so
matters
great
to me.
is in their accusation of racism, they are themselves being racist. And it shows that the deep discomfort we have with talking about race, or not we, but this guy. I mean, clearly, this is further proof that this guy's Canadian. Okay, I guarantee you, wherever this guy lives, it's so far removed from people of color. And any critical anything of anybody who's not lily white just makes them feel not good. They need to, I don't know, throw out caveats and be like, oh God, no, racism, let's talk about racism.
Yeah.
This conversation should have nothing to do with racism. Go ahead.
And you notice how his narrative doesn't require a shred of evidence, an ounce of proof on his part. He's declared that Dawkins is a racist by some of the tweets that he's put out. Well, how hard would it be then, if you really believe that, to find said tweet and share it with your audience? How hard would that be?
Yeah. And he
Doesn't
hired a
bother.
graphic designer to do a logo, and he has the intro and the motion graphics and all that stuff. He's got the backdrop. Are you telling me you can't take a screenshot? I mean, there are no screenshots. That's the problem.
Yes. Play the video.
Yeah.
It's what the Christianity would do. I mean, sure, the Christians will say, okay, well, there's people of color in our religion, and we respect them very much. See, but that's the thing. These old Christian ideas only like these people of color because they're Christian. If they weren't Christian, then they would consider them, subhuman savages. That's what, their whole history was with basically every colony, every colonial action, the occupation of Native American land.
Oh, yeah. I'm done with this guy.
Let's bring up every buzzword, every talking point. Let's just jam them into an incoherent sentence and vomit it out at the audience and see how they take it.
Someone having a
That was just a
restaurant
laundry
with
list of
a
white
laundromat.
people things.
Sorry. There's like
Yeah.
banging coming through. Is that you, Anthony?
Off.
Yeah, I'm
Obviously,
sorry.
happening.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Is that the person
tornado
that's
coming
locked
through.
away in your cellar, Anthony? Trying to get out.
No, that's just the
But,
West Texas wind.
Okay.
I mean, just imagine the stream of consciousness, okay? So stay with me. Basically, he criticizes new atheists, and he says, we are obsessed with talking about brown and black people of the third world. So now the topic is race. Now he's thinking about race. Then we jump to what we did to Native American, not we, but what some white people did to Native Americans, hundreds of years ago. And it's just brought up to just linger in the air and just sort of put this cloud of guilt over all of us. So now what are we supposed to do? Like apologize for the Native Americans before we get to those other points? Ridiculous.
No, what we're supposed to do is ignore Islamic Jihad. That's that's the whole purpose of this video. Is fuck new atheists because they focus on Muslims.
Right. So in other words, we cannot address the elephant in the room. We're supposed to just, I don't know, maybe mention it in passing, but also mention other stuff, like attack white people. That should be the bulk. It should be really mostly an attack, if not on ourselves, just white people at large. And if you want to mention a little, I'm against jihad, but you got to be really careful with how you do that because they are brown and black after all.
So are we going to carry on with this video, or do you want to skip to the next one?
There's 20 seconds left.
Okay, go.
Etc. And then what you have is you have these new atheists basically doing the same thing, referring to anybody who's Muslim in the third world as some kind of subhuman savage and treating them that way.
Straw man, just ridiculous straw man. That could have accompanied Dorothy to the Emerald City. That was just ridiculous. That was such a fucking straw man. Get this guy out of here, seriously. Do we need to actually comment on why he's ridiculous? Is it required?
Not really.
I kind of want to find an atheist who calls Muslims subhuman savages. And just says,
find one. Someone, okay, guys, how many people are listening to this? How many people will listen to this? Find one and tweet it at us. I want to see this person. And if you can find such a person, I will shame them on my channel. I will point and laugh at them. But I bet you can't do it. I bet you can't do it. Someone with a platform, please, not just a random nutter from the side. Somebody with a following. Somebody with a following. Find that person.
Yeah, if you're 5 followers, we don't want to know. Play the rest
Really
of it.
interesting how the new atheist sounds very much like the old Christian, and wondered if anybody else noticed that as well. Thank you for watching. Won't you go ahead?
All right, we're done.
You alright there, Anthony? Sure it's not like a hurricane or something?
Yeah, sorry, does it sound really bad? I'm sorry. Sorry.
He's banging metal sheets together.
I'm really not.
No, it's not distracting at all.
That's what's in my mouth, so you can give him some heat for that instead of me.
Oh, yeah. No worries. Well, I mean, what are the odds this guy has a girlfriend?
About the same as the odds that it's not a Muslim when there's a terrorist attack.
Hey, very good.
Do you think that the girl's Chinese? I don't know. Just he seems to be way into the culture. I don't know. I don't get it. But look how hard he tries, man. Maybe I should do this. Jacob, do you do this at the end of your videos where you like throw up little buttons?
No, but this is he's gone through the school of how to get more subscribers because it's what they tell you to do on all these advisor videos, etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got excited about that for a split second. They're like, "Hey, welcome to the YouTube community. You're a content creator." I'm like, "I am? Sweet. Yeah, here's a video." And it's like, YouTube is blowing up. You can do this and that and this. I'm just like, fuck it.
But no, in his let's be charitable for a second. You know, he speaks clearly. He takes care of his appearance below the neck, at least. It's just a shame what he's wearing is a symbol of hatred, evil, and destruction. But there we go.
And you think it's worse than the swastika?
From certain perspectives, sure. If you want to use body count as a metric, and I know there are problems with that, we could all discuss. But yeah, Mao murdered far more people than Hitler.
So I could summarize that as saying Jacob has positive feelings toward the swastika, or you look favorably.
Somebody will certainly do that. I'm sure. You know, Reza Aslan would do that. I'm sure.
Oh my God! Did you see Sam engaging Reza today? It's so awesome.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh yeah, he's talking about Reza's wife and shit. It's getting personal.
It's about time he got down in the mud and wrestled a bit.
Well, I just think it's so funny because it's like every time there's a major event, it's basically like somebody rings the bell at a boxing match. And it's just like everybody, all your old enemies just come out of the woodwork. And it's like, you know what, TJ, you have a small dick and you're fucking enormous. And, you know, you just,
that was you, wasn't it?
Exactly. But you're in the mud and it's like, you know what, let's stop being politically correct. Let's just go after the people that need to go after.
Yes. And I loved the reply you made to him, Ari Mariam Namazi's sort of half slur of the guy, half slander of the guy, retweeting an article declaring him to be a white supremacist, etc. Your reply was, please retweet this, Hitchwood. And it was just a picture of
Exactly.
her saying, "Shut the fuck up" or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Great.
shut the fuck up, written over Miriam Namazi. But somebody it got like 150 likes or something, and somebody wrote to me and goes, "Why so many likes on this hateful rhetoric? I don't quite understand it." And I always check the Twitter bio, and it's like vegan, gardener, gamer. It's just fucking, it's unbelievable.
Is my audio any better now? Can we not hear?
I mean, honestly,
Watching?
like,
I can
Can we
hear
hear me?
you.
yeah, no.
Just checking.
We,
All right.
we hear the thunderous sound of the mouse clicks of Leica, but aside from that, we're good.
Cool.
For me though, when I read a tweet that I find to be obnoxious and like profoundly regressive, first I'm like, oh my god, this is Poe's law. But then for me, the comedy, the punchline is reading their Twitter bio, and then after I finish reading the bio, I'm like, oh good, yeah, that's supposed to be my enemy. Everything is right in the universe that me and this person hate each other.
Yes.
All right, let's go on to the next one, Leica.
Which one would you like next?
What choices do we have?
Well, we have a nice selection of shit. We have a trailer, Miracles from Heaven, Black Trump
Yeah,
fan
let's do that
attacks
one.
White
Let's do that one.
Croaster.
Let's do that one. It's about Christians. Yeah, let's do that.
Ooh, okay, lighten it up.
Another
Yeah.
Devon suggestion.
Are we all ready?
We're ready.
Go ahead.
Today, let's do Benjamin Franklin. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Okay, listen to your teachers. Love you. Love you.
It's a good laugh. It's a good.
Oh God, it's Jennifer Garner.
Mm-mm. Pause.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Look at those cheekbones on Jennifer Garner, man. That is quite an angle.
You could
I mean,
How old is she now?
diamonds with those babies.
look at that. Look at the shadow. Does anybody have a shadow on their face like that? That is creepy. Anyway, man.
Only if you dare.
Anyway, okay, I want you to pay attention to what we just saw, which was the logo of the companies that are marketing this film. It was Sony and Columbia. Okay, these are massive studios that should be, they should know better, but it's all about the dollar. But like this movie, which is a totally insane, bonkers, like Heaven is for Real. In fact, it's the same people who made Heaven is for Real. Okay, and they are promoting this and pretending it's like just a normal movie. So this is absolute religious propaganda movie, just low budget trash, gets slipped in there, and she goes on the morning talk show circuit, and it's just like, oh, Jennifer Garner's in a new movie, and it's like, no, this is something totally different right here. They recorded something. I'll give them that. There is sounds and moving pictures. Aside from that, this is religious propaganda.
Yeah, if she doesn't dress in red, whip out her daggers, and start stabbing people at some point, I'm not going to like this movie. That's just I'm
I
putting
would
it out
see
there.
it for that. What was the name of that character?
Carmen Electra. Carmen
Yes,
Electra.
Electra.
No, Carmen Electra's a woman. It surely can't be a superhero.
Yeah, I think it's just Electra, like her, but
Oh yeah, okay.
whatever.
She was named after Carmen Electra. Sorry. Right.
Rubbish. Okay, go ahead.
I'm coming. Mommy, it hurts. Oh, no, baby.
When Anna got sick, I just couldn't understand it. Why was this loving little girl going through this?
I think your daughter is lactose intolerant.
God, what is this?
What did you just say? I think your daughter is lactose intolerant.
Yes.
Yeah. So the condition, just to be clear, is
Lactose intolerant.
digestive problem, and it could be acid reflux. Okay, just one. This is
Yeah.
not cancer. This
So
is
not
like
leukemia.
brain death.
No, it's
No,
just
no, no.
take some
Lactose
Pepto-Bismol
intolerant.
and you'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, drink
I've
some
studied
warm
this.
milk and go back to bed, you guys.
I've actually researched the real life situation here. I've seen the real people interviewed. This is amazing. Continue.
Everything looks okay. Everything's fine.
Everything is not fine. There's something wrong with our little girl.
Mrs. B, you need to calm down.
I'm not leaving this hospital until I know what's wrong with my daughter.
Well, he's the doctor, so I trust him.
No.
Oh no, wait, of course. Sorry.
He's not
Science.
This is the evangelical propaganda, and so consequently, any
Yes.
character representing the scientific worldview will inevitably be portrayed as a stubborn, arrogant, wrong-headed git, right? So I guess I'm guessing that coming at it from that perspective, he's probably not right. Yeah.
This is part of the. This is how the whole thing works, guys. You create the problem. It's a fictional problem. So she's like, no, everything is not all right. He's like, no, everything's fine. She has a little acid reflux. Nothing's
Right.
the matter. And I love it. She goes, everything's not all right. And it goes, like, oh my God. Like, like the guy doing the soundtrack wanted to reinforce that she must be right. Like, she knows more about the medical condition of her daughter than the doctor.
She just has a feeling.
She's not right. Call up Hugh Laurie. He'll have an idea. He'll put her straight.
But this is exactly like, hey, do you want to go to hell? Do you want to live the rest of your life in hell, like an eternity in hell? That's a fake problem. And here's a fake solution. Jesus.
Unfortunately, the tests confirm that she's very ill.
Jesus.
There is currently no cure for Anna's condition.
Doctor, please.
Ooh, he sounds a bit foreign.
Awesome.
Girl.
Okay. Do you guys notice that he just said her condition? They don't name the condition there.
So is it a new
And
condition?
the reason is, no, it's not like she was trekking through the Amazon and got some crazy snake bite or something. No, it's just she has an upset stomach. I mean, there's nothing. So
it's poisoned by God syndrome.
But like
but
originally,
the stakes
kids
have to be high.
Sorry, like they're showing the kid lying in bed, just going like "mommy" and crying. It's not really showing that
Like, they
she's
put her in
actually
that
sick.
big machine.
Yeah, my son was doing
By
that
the way-
this morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, get his ass out of bed and go to fucking school.
It's just I know
you
she's
just-
really ill. Sorry.
The daughter is like lying on her back and going through this big machine, looking like she's getting a CAT scan or something, right? What I guarantee you in the movie, what happened was she's like, "No, I'm not leaving here until you run some more tests." And the guy's like, "We don't need to. Trust me, that's way overkill. There's nothing wrong with that. No, put her in that big ass machine right there. Run, scan her brain. There's something going on here." He's like, "That will cost you a lot of money. If you want, we will do it. But I'm telling you, it's my medical opinion."
It's me, Dr. Garner. Your medical opinion's worth squat around here.
Yeah, I love the fact that science and medicine gets challenged regularly, and the audience just eats it up. They're like, these people, they don't know. They don't think from their heart, from their gut,
From their soul. Yeah.
from their digestive system problems. Yeah.
Play.
I'm scared. Me too. We're not giving up.
Me 3.
Oh, God.
We need a solution.
It gets worse.
We need it now.
And we'll get it
How?
by not losing our
Get
faith.
How long you
Good
been
plan.
married? 14 years.
What's
Fight
the
what to
plan?
have careers.
Latifah. Yeah.
Was that her?
Because you're certainly losing that fight.
Queen Latifah.
And
Sorry.
I love the music though. The music is so emotionally manipulative. I mean, it is in all film, but
Oh,
and
yeah.
trailers. But it's like her condition. There's nothing wrong with her. I mean, right now she's going outside. She's playing. Okay, right now she's climbing a tree.
Guess
There's
stomach
nothing
looks
wrong with
fat
this
there.
Yeah, well noticed, exactly.
Has anyone noticed the where the pause is?
Yeah.
The
she's
stomach's all fat. So are they saying like it's a virgin
that's-
birth movie?
That's just an unflattering shot right there, because I don't think she looks like she has malaria or something. That's crazy.
I bet it's a virgin birth story.
Wow.
Let's find out.
I heard from this. Can you even hear me?
Nope.
Jesus. What is this? It's like the Amityville Horror. It's taken a massive turn for the worst all of a sudden.
Does she think like
Wait till you
God's
see the
picking on
logic.
a door or something?
Okay, wait till you hear about the divine logic of what you just saw happen. Go ahead.
Okay.
So you're telling me that when this baby girl fell 30 feet, she hit her head just right, and it didn't kill her, and it didn't paralyze her. It healed her.
X.
What?
That little nod of his head.
Wait, let
I
the
love his
doctor
face.
confirm that. Oh, that's
I like his smug smile on the picture.
It's like, at least I'm getting paid for this shit.
His forehead looks like a desert. You know how the wind does
Yeah.
that thing with the desert?
Yeah,
And it's
Sand line.
Yeah, it does.
ripples. Yeah. Click it.
Well, that's impossible.
This is a little hard to believe. There's a lot of people out there that are just looking for publicity.
A lot of
Whoa.
people think we're crazy.
Any pot, this is kettle, you're black.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Okay. The last graphic said, "How do we explain?" I'll tell you how they explain. They explain the way they always explain. They don't explain. They say, "'Cause God." That's the end of it. So basically, what God did, she had some acid reflux, and instead of just curing her of the acid reflux, he waited till she was climbing a tree, then struck the branch of the tree down, made her fall on her head, and somehow hitting her head cured her stomach problems.
Yeah, it's an odd
That's what
way of
happened.
producing a miracle from heaven, isn't it?
Obviously.
And a scene I
Obviously.
suspect that won't be making an appearance in the movie is a montage shot of the 4,000 children who die each day purely through a lack of clean drinking water. They'll skip that. They'll forget about that.
no,
That's
no.
not relevant.
Jacob, they run that over the credits at the end. It's kind of a morbid end. But
Yes,
they
small
keep it
print,
real.
small print. We put it in the movie. You
Yeah,
can't
so
sue
much.
us.
Go ahead.
But what is fantastic about this? Okay, finish it off.
Are you sure you don't want to finish?
Oh, go. Just finish it up.
He told me I'd be fine.
Who told you you'd be fine?
Jesus.
Muhammad. It was Muhammad. They
Right. So that'd be
leave
awesome.
it so
Allah.
it's for any religion to make up.
Yeah, wait for the sequel where the kid becomes a jihadist.
But this is the same. This is the same company that did Heaven Is for Real, which was
Right,
obviously exposed as being untrue, as well.
Oh yeah.
From
I mean, obviously, but it was like
Yeah.
literally exposed for being untrue. Like the kid made it.
yes, of course. But what they just hinted at is the kid claims to have had a conversation and to have been in heaven, literal heaven.
Again.
Now, what you have to understand is the kid did not die. So a lot of these stories, they claim to have been dead, they never die. The doctor's like, no, there was never death. But this is just somebody fell out of a tree and claims that they went to heaven. And in heaven, she saw her great-grandmother, and that is the proof. And she got interviewed, and they're like, so did you talk to her? And I was like, no, I didn't. She was just there. I was like, what? I mean, we're all supposed to believe it, and it's so awkward. We're all like looking at each other going, this is a child. I mean, clearly you've brainwashed this kid. Okay, but here's the greatest part. The interviewer asked this family, and by the way, you have to see the real mom. She has the most plastic, like deer in the headlights look you'll ever see on a woman. And they said, so when did the healing begin after this tree incident? How long did it take before she was like get better? Like, was it immediate or did it take a while? And the mom was like, it was pretty fast. It was pretty fast. She started showing less symptoms, and over time, eventually, we started weaning her off the medication the doctors had given us. And it's
Wow.
just like there's no follow-up question. It's like, wait a minute. So you had the divine tree incident / heaven encounter and medication given by the doctors who told you that your daughter had acid reflux.
And
Amazing.
you're going with the first one as the solution to your problems.
Right.
Yeah.
And the kicker is Sony Studios pumps this out, and this movie will make millions of dollars. And the book has already made millions. And people eat this up with like a shovel. I mean, that is the real like sickening aftertaste of this. This is not a joke in the sense that we want it to be a joke. We want this to have 2 viewers and be like a student film. It's not it. Like this is
How
the
many
world we live in.
people? How many people do you think would go and see a film like this simply to laugh at it? Because I know I did
Oh, a
that
few.
with God's Not Dead.
Oh, a few.
I went to see that purely because I knew I would hate it so much it would be funny.
I think there's a crowd for that. Can you imagine if they marketed to that crowd? They're like, it's so bad, you must see it.
Well, that'd be the
Yeah.
trailer for the atheists. Yeah.
Yeah, the only problem with this one is like, it has the production value. You can see that they've put way more money into this than like a Rapture film with Nicolas Cage or a Kirk Cameron. So this has the look. That's the scary part. It has more of a professional vibe to it.
If anybody
But,
with
I mean-
any sense know it's only applying to a certain demographic in America. And people are aware of that, but like Jacob's saying, people will watch it just for the lols. But people will still watch it, and you're right, it will make $1 million fucking dollars or $1 million of dollars.
You talk about being anti-science, and this just spits in the face of all reason, and there's just no explanation. Like, can you imagine the makers of this film had a debate with like 2 renowned doctors or atheists or scientists or, I mean, the problem is the guys on our side don't feel that it's necessary. They would never like subject themselves to that, but they should.
No, it's true.
Movies like this
It's true.
really need to be followed up.
Yeah, you're right.
It's true, but I guess they're just busy saving lives. So they're doing
Right.
something useful. So a movie like this comes to the board of MDs at a certain hospital, Johns Hopkins, and says, "What do you think of our portrayal of? Get out of my sight! I've got a patient back to Fuck off! Take
Right.
that movie reel and do not darken my doorway with it again."
I need to.
But you could make.
Trying to save some Africans.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to the bathroom.
But you could have like. Okay, bathroom break. Pause, everybody. I'll be right back.
Did we all go to the bathroom at the same time, Jacob?
Yeah, it's bathroom break.
Oh, why can we still hear you, Leica?
What?
Why can we still hear you?
Because I'm out. I'm walking out the door.
Go!
Bathroom.
God. Women.
Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. You're on your own. Keep him busy. Keep him entertained. You can do
I'm
it.
just going to go to the bathroom as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to watch the chat. Beer equal bathroom breaks. Nick, see you in there, pal. Drew. Yeah, do you hear that, Drew? Bathroom. I don't talk like that. At least I say a bathroom. Yeah, and everybody needs to sit down, too. Christ, the weather is shit. Yeah. Can everybody hear that wind in the background? Or is that just me?
Yeah, a little bit of here.
You hear it?
Oh,
you're back.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. So, no, I was just hugging my girlfriend. I wasn't. I'm like a camel, guys. I'm seriously like Joe Rogan with this shit. I do not piss. Anthony knows it. Confirm it, Anthony.
Oh, it's true, man. I think I knew you go to the bathroom once while I was with you.
Anthony was monitoring my balls and cock the entire visit.
The entire thing. We had webcams on there. He doesn't piss.
Okay.
I mean, he just doesn't do it.
Now we still have Jennifer Garner on the screen. I want to hear Jacob tell me what he would do to her in a heterosexual situation.
Well, he went to the bathroom as well.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you tell us, Anthony?
She's a bit skinny, isn't she? Look at that, like you said, when she was leaning over with that shadow on her
Yeah.
face. You can
Yeah, but
clearly
it's
see it there. I mean, she's
chiseled
well-
features. She's thin.
She's not
definitely,
ugly. She's not
She's
ugly.
getting old now, though,
Uh-huh.
isn't she?
Oh my God, says the millennial. Who's not getting old to you? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So you talk to Leica.
Oh, great.
Okay. I like how we do this in
Like stairs.
waves. Shouldn't it be everybody just evacuate their bowels at the same moment?
Wasn't allowed.
We should have like a potty break after every 2 videos or something.
But honestly, watching Christian movie trailers is such a source of never-ending joy, and they keep pumping them out because there's a market. And I don't know, like I like to revisit that. But see, this is almost too
lighthearted
high budget.
Stupidity. Isn't it?
Yeah. The name of this movie is Miracles from Heaven. I mean, it's amazing. Like, 2 out of the 3 words literally don't exist. It's like from exists as a word. It's not in the physical realm. Wow. And I wonder what the other names that they were thinking about. What was up for consideration?
Ooh.
Jesus versus acid reflux.
Messiah from hell.
The end of Jennifer Garner's career. And why does she have a ring on her necklace?
Stylistic choice.
Yeah. But she's a Christian in real life. I mean, she was talking about it. She's like, man. And by the way, she just got divorced with Ben Affleck and after 10 years. And they were talking about it, but like in the most like non-legitimate way. They were like, so we know there's a lot been going on in your personal life, but are you doing okay? And she was like trying to, fudge over it and be like, because she's pretending to be this religious person and she's just going through a divorce, which is sort of not exactly the place you want to be speaking from. And yet again, I mean, there's no shame in divorce. Divorce is a joyous, celebratory thing, but of course for them, it's not consistent.
No, but that might explain why Ben Affleck. Welcome back.
I concur with that last statement. Yeah.
I'm just going to grab a drink.
Yeah. And we'll get into this new video like it.
Okay.
And does anybody know why they called it a trailer?
No, go ahead.
Because it used to trail the movie. It used to be the thing at the end that they would. And I know somebody's out there Googling that right now. Why is it called a trailer? Devin, I have to correct you, sir. It is part of my deep knowledge base, which I just acquired 5 seconds ago, but I'm not going to tell you that.
Google makes everyone an expert.
Oh, fuck. But I honed my ability to spot a piece of information that has just been acquired by the guy telling it to me.
It's too accurate.
So don't you remember Ricky Gervais in The Office, where he came back and they were talking about like that author, the Russian author,
Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky, yeah. And he's like, well, yeah, he was an interesting guy. Born in 1807, died in 18.
No, the guy. Yeah, he made that novel. What was it? The House of the Dead. And Ricky obviously haven't looked at that one.
I think that was when he was in prison or when he was and he hadn't gotten to that paragraph, right? So he went back to his office to study up. Oh, amazing. And by the way, did you guys hear about this Netflix thing that Gervais is doing? He posted a trailer for it. It's like a movie on Netflix, and it's going to be coming out in a couple weeks.
Well, it's exclusive to Netflix?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
He wrote it, he directs it, he stars in it, and it's him and the girl from Boardwalk Empire. I think she's Scottish actress, and the guy from Munich, the main guy, Eric Bana.
He's wrote a few movies now.
And
Yeah, I've seen those two on private jets many times.
it looks good, man. It looks good and funny.
And presumably it's a comedy, or is he going for a drama this time?
No, it's a comedy. It's about a guy who pretends to be a field reporter, and he pretends to be on location, but he's not. He's just in some flat somewhere, and Ricky Gervais is the sound engineer. So they pretend to be coming to you live from the war-torn Ecuadorian jungles, and Ricky's like adding the sound effects to, and they have this massive lie.
Oh, that sounds
And then they pretend to be kidnapped or something, and then they're like, oh fuck, the only way we're not gonna go to jail is if we actually go to Ecuador now. And so they fly to Ecuador, and it's it's a whole romp.
Sounds fun. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Let's get the next video, Micah.
Which one?
What choices do we have?
29 questions women ask themselves.
Nah.
Flashback: Trayvon Martin shot dead by George Zimmerman.
Yes, do that one. Yeah, do that because that's David Patton.
Okay.
How about Jacqueline Glenn fingering a chick?
We don't have that one.
Is that actually a video? That can't be a video.
Yes. Yes.
Pause.
I'd Patreon that.
George Zimmerman.
Pause.
Sorry, it was doing the thing again.
For this week,
Okay, go back. Can you go back to that picture of the two of them? And by the way, Jacob, yes, she just released a video where she makes a guest appearance in front of on a YouTube channel with 500,000 subs, where she's fingering. It's straight girls touch vagina for the first time. That's the clickbait title.
What? You mean someone else's vagina? Because we all have vaginas.
Yes. No, somebody else's.
Okay. But why would they expect it to be different than your own vagina?
No, just the sensation of touching something.
Get Devin to explain that.
Now, first of all, the pink collar over the top of the V-neck sweater, that's problematic for me. Although, Pac-Man's not as egregious as the lesbian, Kyle Kalinske. Now, these two pictures here, this is, okay, you've cherry-picked these images. That is Trayvon Martin when he's like 12 or 10. And that is Zimmerman, not after the first arrest.
10 years before, isn't it?
That's after, that's the second arrest. That's like, look how much weight he's gained. Yeah, that's way in the future. So they've chosen images in directly opposite directions, just to set the stage.
They keep calling him a white man as well, don't they? And he's like, he's Latino, isn't he? He's Latino mulatto.
Yeah, Christ, he's about as white as Genghis Khan. But Trayvon Martin, I like. They don't have him smoking a blunt here or doing whatever that crazy drug he was concocting that night, and they don't have him with his grill in his mouth, and they don't have him tweeting about nigga faux life from his Twitter handle.
Yeah.
No, this is the cherubic, sweet innocent.
This is the Trayvon Martin who bought a packet of Skittles. It's that version of him, right? It's not
the one who called Zimmerman a crazy ass cracker or creepy ass cracker.
That's amazing, though. The Skittles thing, it's never explained that he didn't buy the Skittles to eat the Skittles. He bought it. It's like, what the fuck?
I have to admit, I don't know much about this case. I followed the Michael Brown stuff pretty closely. I even read some of the court stuff. But this passed me by. The impression I get is that Zimmerman is a bit of a dick, but that he was acquitted and deemed by a jury of his peers justified in what he did. So is that the general gist of things?
He didn't break the law.
It's like Game of Thrones. No good.
Sorry.
I don't want to trample your right to speak.
It's okay.
Okay, well, it's like Game of Thrones. There are no good people, there are no bad people. It's all shades of gray. So nobody's the good guy here. And that's what sort of befuddles the media and just the average low information viewer, because they're like, wait a minute, who was the victim? The black guy got shot? Okay, it's fuck white people. Oh, he wasn't white? Oh, okay. Oh, he was being attacked? He was getting his head back? Well, sort of, takes it away from the sort of purity of the fairy tale that we would love it to be. Like please let it be a white cop shooting a black guy in the back. Can we just have that every time out?
Yes.
But Zimmerman was following Trayvon Martin down the street because he thought he was acting suspicious, but at no point did he break the law. Yeah, there had been break-ins, and he was in neighborhood watch. And he said Trayvon was walking slow. Yeah, he called the police. Trayvon had gotten away from him. He'd run away from Zimmerman. Zimmerman went back to his car, to which Trayvon Martin followed him down and said, "Today's the night you die, motherfucker." And they're like, "Have you got a problem? Because you're gonna have a problem now." And then started kicking the shit out of him, bashing his head into the pavement. So,
wow.
And this is just a reality of life in America. If you start a physical confrontation with a guy with a concealed weapon, guess what's going to happen?
You're going to get shot.
I mean, that's exactly. If this was in England, this would be a known story and nobody would care. A guy would have gotten beaten up. The police were already on the way. They were seconds away from getting there. The neighbors, they would have been broken up. We had a scuffle. The guy looked at me wrong, and this young, quote, thug, this guy who clearly was, a sort of machismo guy who's going to be like, look, what the fuck, dude?
Understandably, he's scared for his life. He should have the right to defend himself. But in America, he can use a gun to do that, which makes it a lot easier for him to defend himself.
Well, not in every state, but yeah, in Florida you can.
What's up with the earring, too?
No, literally, he didn't have any way to run away in this case. He was against the ground with Trayvon on top of him. So it's not even like he could have ran away, so it was self-defense in any state.
What about the aspect of the story that I've heard about where he called the cops, right? And they said to him, "Do not pursue."
Yeah.
And he went after him anyway. Is that true?
He didn't go after him after that, actually, though. He went to his car. But the police did tell him that they don't need him to pursue him. It's not an order. It's not. It's if the police give him the advice, like, yes, you should pursue, they could get in trouble.
Right. But this guy was damn near thought of himself as like a superhero. He's like a vigilante. He's like the guy, this is my neighborhood. Like, I'm going to patrol it. I'm not going to let him get away with it. I got the suspect. And so he was a dick, and it was all unnecessary. I mean, just go inside.
But
go home.
It's like the first one to do something illegal, though, is the problem. Because it's not illegal to follow someone down the street.
Right. Exactly.
Should we play the video?
Yeah, I love all these like civil rights wannabe situations that like Black Lives Matter people come up. Every time before the so-called crime, the black person had just committed a felony, or was like in the act of committing a felony, and like literally instigating.
Mm-hmm.
So it just sort of takes away any sort of credibility to their claim. But started it.
See if they can defend their claim.
George Zimmerman has, of course, been in the news since this. George Zimmerman was ultimately acquitted. We followed that case very, very closely, Lewis, and it was one of the more interesting cases that...
Oh, God, that's an ad-hom pause.
Is that like his friend at the show?
Yeah, he's such he's like a Disney mascot. I mean, he just is like... If you had to do a caricature of just what a regressive looks like, it really is Lewis. And that name just on top of it. Lewis. Has a guy named Lewis... Go ahead.
I have a cat called Louis.
Do you?
Yeah.
Your son's name's
just watch the cutaway. You'll see.
All right.
The trial itself was more like 3 years ago, although the incident was 4 years ago. And I still am just stunned at how people could have looked at the situation and said George Zimmerman was not guilty there. It was shocking to me. The idea, of course, of stand your ground, ultimately not even really a factor.
No, because he couldn't stand... It wasn't a case of stand your ground. He was literally in between Trayvon and a pavement with his head being bashed into the pavement.
Yes, he was on the ground, wasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't have the ability to run away at all. That's bullshit. Should we play?
Yeah, it is... Go ahead, play.
Do you want to finish, Devin?
No, I could talk forever, but let's let David Pakman talk to us.
It was a confrontation that
Isn't
George
David
Zimmerman
Pakman
caused.
a member of the Aura TV club now?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Is it?
A questionable addition.
Yeah,
he's done some decent stuff, right? He made that hit piece on Reza Aslan that was very well done and accurate.
Yeah.
And
he's the king of decency.
Right, yeah.
So does this So does this guy fall under that umbrella of, we don't throw him out just because he's wrong on one thing or wrong on a few things, or what?
It's just part of the spectrum of regression.
He's wrong when it comes to race.
I think.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, he's wrong here, but I feel like his friend Lewis is even more regressive than him.
You just don't like Lewis, do you?
Well, it's a battle. It's a battle between the name. Wait till you see the facial hair on Lewis.
Oh no, I've seen.
And then this guy. I mean, look. If you're gonna wear a pink-collared shirt on TV, I mean, honestly, that does say something about you. Okay, it really does. There's two kinds of people in the world. And by the way, for the Brits, this is okay. This is not the kind of pink shirt that like a toff sort of rich guy wears.
It's a
Like,
salmon.
look at that. That's like
The kind of pink shirt that I have. Yeah.
Yes.
this is patterned. There's embroidery on that. Do you see that? Zoom in.
Yeah.
That's an incredible statement about this guy. Okay,
It's
like
not even ironed.
a guy. Here's a definitive statement. Definitive statement. A man who wears that pink shirt has never had anal sex. Never once.
Maybe.
Never would even consider to try to have anal sex.
Even as a receiver.
Never. Maybe that. Yes. Fair point.
Ground was not even really an issue, and it actually was not even used in the case, in the trial. Regardless, the jurors saying, "Yeah, not guilty," in what still is completely perplexing to me.
Yes, I think that.
Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Look at that. Look at that little. Oh, what color is that sweater? Why does that sweater seem like it's like not designed correctly? It seems like isn't there
I'm
a
pretty
ribbon
sure
on
that
the
a version of Mr. Hankey from South Park is exactly that color. It's not a good.
But look at the right sleeve. What is he putting his thumb in there? What is that?
I don't
Does somebody explain that to me? Okay. Stand your ground. No, that is not involved in this case. But as you guys mentioned, slam your head into the ground was involved in this case. And why did he get acquitted? Well, because it was self-defense.
There was
Have you ever
witnesses.
heard of
Every
that?
single
That's like
witness agreed with him.
Yes. It's kind of one of the main defenses for, like, no, this was not murder. I was doing this in self-defense. Like, oh, what proof do you have? The physical evidence of my head being bashed, the eyewitness testimony, or the people that heard what happened, my account. I mean, I don't know.
He was sitting in a car afterwards with his nose was all bloodied up, and the back of his head had multiple slashes in it. It's been like ground on the pavement.
But how bizarre that Pac-Man doesn't even mention self-defense.
I haven't even
He's like,
seen
how
Pac-Man
he
show the
murdered him.
videos. Like, did you know the original pictures that came out? A lot of people don't show the parts where Zimmerman's all bloodied up.
Right.
Because that doesn't help.
Well, of course, that is the major factor. But to not even mention that was the defense, they basically acted like, hey, he killed him. He admitted he killed him. So why isn't he in jail?
Yeah, but they're revisiting this case, aren't they, after so much time that most people won't even remember what's gone on. So it's just a case of a respin, as far as I can see. It's just like, let's just spin the story one more time and then...
Yeah. And the Young Turks do that with, like, Tamir Rice, and they did it with Michael Brown. They'll do it for, like, anniversaries, and they'll just, like, consolidate their talking points.
And people won't know, and people won't remember, will they, Devin? They'll like, well, my recollection of that's kind of vague, and...
Most people that view anything, they don't have independent thought or any ability to critically think. They just want to hear something. They just are absorbing information.
Yeah.
They're not questioning it. So I just find it amazing that they used that picture of Trayvon after that became a joke.
That was touted, wasn't it? That was touted all the time at the time.
I'm just going to refresh this page 1 second.
All right. Okay. That was that picture of Trayvon was touted all the time. All right, wind it on.
I'm done.
I think we're at, like, over the halfway mark on that one.
I'm at
this
the
is
same
absurd.
point.
They might as
They
might as well put a baby pickup. Just put a baby pickup. Let's just set the tone.
Yeah, like they did with Mike Brown when he's looking all cuddly and cute and like 14 years old.
Right. Yeah,
Or in
surely
his
a
graduation
more accurate.
gear.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good one.
Why don't you put the security cam footage of that day? That seems a bit
when
more.
he's beating that fucking Korean guy up in his own store, smacking him around and stuff.
That was an Arab. You're racist.
Well, I don't care who it was.
I don't even see color.
Yes, they're all Korean to me.
Yeah. Anyway, go
on.
If Trayvon Martin attacked, I guess you could say attacked, or he was probably defending himself against an aggressor with a gun.
Oh,
No, because he didn't even pull out the gun
Oh,
until
that's
after
right.
he was on the ground.
Yeah,
How did he even know the gun was
bullshit.
there?
I like how he heard himself say that Trayvon attacked, and he didn't like how it sounded. And he thought, how can I rephrase that?
Yeah.
Maybe, here's what
Yeah.
it was. Trayvon was defending himself against a guy with a gun.
By attacking the
Trayvon
guy
obviously
first.
didn't know the man had the gun. It was a
And so
concealed
what-
weapon.
Exactly, and what's he claiming? That Zimmerman whipped out the gun, and in an almost Batman-esque style, Trayvon tackles him, gets the gun out,
Right.
starts beating the crap out of him, and then, oh, whoops, it goes off. I mean, that's just so
Right.
unrealistic.
So Zimmerman was stalking him. Zimmerman had the gun out. It was like facing sideways. He's like, "Now what's up, bitch? Hey, I say you're in the wrong hood, dog."
Kill
Right?
shot.
Right. And Trayvon, seeing this guy with a gun, he has to defend himself. It's his right to defend himself. So what does he do? He just walks right up to him and bashes his head to the sidewalk. That's exactly how it happened, Lewis.
Yeah, hate for Lewis is palpable.
Look at the big nose. That's like a Roman nose, isn't it? That's Mediterranean nose, for sure. That's not Western Europe. No.
He's got some Greek in him.
Yeah, that's swarthy.
I get the vibe that he doesn't get a lot of pussy.
Well, what you don't get from this show is that he's not looking at David and David's not looking at him.
Oh.
How
Because
do you
David's
know
in New
that?
York. No, they've said it before. David's in New York. And, or should I say David? He's not in New York. This guy is in New York. They're basically on, I think David's West Coast and this guy's East Coast.
The magic of the internet.
Yeah. But you imagine that they're in the same room and they're not. It's
He's got a
amazing.
prominent Adam's apple.
Well, that's a male thing, Devin. Remember that one?
I see it.
When?
Who happened to be actively trying to get this young man to attack him so he
Speech
could shoot him.
impediment.
I just got a weird noise coming through. Apart from a
that
speech
clearly is a
impediment.
Yeah. Like, I mean, is anybody allowed to talk about that? Why is a guy on a microphone with a speech impediment? I mean, it doesn't stop people, but I don't get it.
He needs to see Jeffrey Rush, doesn't he, from the King's Speech, sort it out,
For sure.
and then you can get back to work.
That's right.
And
Right.
then we saw a long, I guess, spree of crazy, violent, oftentimes with a gun incidents with this guy, and it was very clear that he is a disturbed, violent, aggressive man. And
What? No, they're
This guy
talking
is
about
so
something from
out
like
of his
50.
depth.
He's talking about
This guy's
stuff
so
from
out of his depth.
15 years before this case. You can't say like,
you
oh
think-
yeah.
well,
this-
Do you think Lewis is David's like best friend in real life? And that's why he's there?
yeah.
That's the only reason I can think of.
High
Why
school
would you
buddies.
pick this guy? Yeah, they have to be. They have to be.
Maybe he's like
Okay,
me
well,
and he's
first-
only there for the technical stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Except you've got taste.
This is okay.
It's an advantage there.
This is all like character assassination. First of all, nobody's a huge fan of Zimmerman. He's kind of a clownish dick.
Yep.
But like talking about how violent and how south his life went after this event really doesn't have any bearing on this event, obviously. But
It's
also,
irrelevant, totally.
the guy got a shitstorm of negative attention after this event. His life was in chaos, obviously. You know, the stress, just everything the guy went through. And now all the incidents that happen after have to, be as a result of what he went through with the Trayvon case.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'm
harassers
not
are racist.
excusing it. But it's just so weird to retroactively be like, yeah, well, he was a dick because of the stuff that happened 2 years later.
Yeah.
So what does that
And you're
mean?
right. It's a total non-point. It's perfectly possible for someone to be a total asshole and be right in one specific instance. It's
But
totally possible.
they won't
and,
in the
and the
same-
jury
sorry.
obviously thinks so.
At the same time, they won't apply the same logic to Trayvon, who was literally caught burgling houses a few months before, expelled from school, told to go and live with his mum because go live with his dad because his mum couldn't handle him anymore. But they'll throw it at George Zimmerman.
Well, he's whitish, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's different.
Okay.
and he really should be behind bars.
Yeah, after his acquittal, George Zimmerman had a bunch of run-ins with police, including being arrested once for allegedly beating his girlfriend. He was caught with guns, potentially even the gun he
Come
used.
on, Dave. You're better than this.
Wait a minute,
You're
wait a minute,
better
wait a
than
minute.
Caught
this.
with guns in
Dave.
America.
He was caught with guns. He owns guns. Every time you approach this guy, he has a gun.
You're allowed
No,
a
that's
gun,
not
though.
getting caught with a gun.
It's not
It's
like
saying,
caught with a gun in England.
yeah, it's like saying
Do not
Lewis got
find
caught with a
curves.
goatee. He has a goatee.
Yes, he has a goatee. Do not try and curb stomp this guy. Message to all. He has a gun. He's packing heat.
And I love the fact that people can't, like, this is not the trial of, is Zimmerman a good guy to date? Nobody's saying that. It's like, it reminds me of the O.J. Simpson case where Mark Furman is the detective who found the bloody glove. And the entire trial, the defense made it about, is Mark Furman a racist? Is he a nice guy? Did he say the N-word once? It's like, and the prosecution actually yielded the point. And in the closing arguments, where I was there for, Marcia Clark gets up and goes, Mark Furman, is he sort of a bad guy? Yes. Is he a racist? Yes. Is he the worst the LAP has to offer? Yes. But did he find a bloody glove? Yes, he did find a bloody glove. Jesus Christ, people, can we grow up and be adult about this? The guy's not Mr. Perfect, okay?
Mm.
1 second.
Trayvon Martin, which of course, legally speaking, was not used in the commission of a crime and then was given back to him, and numerous incidents with different girlfriends. How is this guy even getting girlfriends, Lewis? I mean, you lived in Florida for years.
Oh, really? Are we resorting to that? Are we going to take the piss out of his... Yeah, well, definitely. And it's a total waste of Patman's time. I'm surprised he stooped to this, actually.
I was joking a second ago when I said, is this guy good dating material? They're actually analyzing that now.
They are.
They're like, how does he have girlfriends? Why do girls like him? He's not dateable.
Like,
I just said.
Yeah. He swipes right on Tinder for everybody. He's a total, flower heart. He just, all girls welcome. Total slut. Fuck him.
Right. The whole point of this case is that this guy was accused of murder and he did not murder. It was in self-defense.
Yeah, how does Jacob know about Tinder?
Well, I'm sorry he didn't say Grindr.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes. I know about Grindr too, but I don't use it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's because he is of the generation where everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
It would be weird if you didn't. And by the way, you're very quiet right now, Ethan.
Oh,
Not that I'm complaining.
I'm good.
No, you're quiet as in your volume.
How he gets girlfriends?
I don't think this has anything to do with Florida.
Don't ask Lewis about girlfriends. Come
Yeah,
on.
that's what I'm saying. Why is he asking him?
Lewis is about to give us some wisdom from on high. Come on.
Oh, well, the last time I got a girlfriend back in 10 years ago. Fuck. What does he know? He's absolutely tied up with his show. That's all he's going to be doing. And he doesn't look I don't know, marriage material.
Do you think he'd look better without the beard?
No.
Because most people do, but he might be the exception that sort of proves the rule.
I think his nose would be more prominent without it. That's the only thing that I would fear if he did it. He's got a bushy brow. I'm usually not in favor of guys trimming their brow. That's a bit gay, but...
Oh, I do.
You trim your brow?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, my wife does it for me.
Faggot.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, it gets out of control. It gets out of control. It needs to be. I look 5 years younger with my eyebrows.
You look like Gandalf, huh?
That's what you're telling us is your metro.
Monobrow.
Do you trim your nose there as well? Is he gone?
Wow, you stumped him. Stumped him on that one. Maybe
he's gone to do it now. He's realised he's forgotten.
He's self-conscious.
No. Sorry, I muted my mic by mistake. No, you have to. Devin is at the cusp of shaving his ears, plucking the hairs out of his nose, and things like that. I'm just saying, pal. I'm just saying, you're at the cusp of that. If you want to look like a hairy
Don't make this about me. We're talking about your facial...
I'm there already. So I'm willing to...
Well, tell us about it. Don't speculate about my ear hair. You had to drag me into that.
So, Devin, you shave your ear, huh?
No, but you have to... I mean, the human form, the human being is disgusting. And you learn that as the longer you live in your body.
You do.
Jacob discovered it last year. He called me. He told me about it. It was a fucking traumatic experience.
That's right. I called you before we knew each other.
Put it this way, right? I shaved my head yesterday with a bake. It was absolutely baby bald on my head. And she came up to me today and looked behind my left ear and said, "Have you seen the tuft of hair behind your ear?"
Yeah, like my boyfriend does that a lot. He'll just mix a patch on his face when he's doing his beard.
Yeah, but she'll also come up and say, "Have you seen the hairs coming out of your nose? Have you seen your eyebrows lately?"
Well, yeah, if you're going to be bald, you have to make the rest of it look clean. But
yeah, exactly.
That's too far for a man to go. Yeah.
Right, so that's when you need a woman to kind of just point you in the right direction.
Or you could just not do it in the first place.
Yeah, but then if I was not to take care of my personal grooming, my eyebrows would be hella bushy. It'd be hairs. Yeah, it'd be awful. I would have eyebrows like Steve Shaw's pubes. So that's why it's
Photoshop
necessary.
You have to send us
Yeah.
pictures of what you look like.
Yes,
Chloe.
somebody do that. Yeah. Play.
All right. Give us
It's-
more, Lewis.
We know that villains tend to have a following, and that there are women who will flock to a male villain, like George Zimmerman. I mean,
He's a villain now. It really is a
quasi-famous, I guess.
cartoon for these people, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. He was demonized, and it is true though that like women go after murder, or like Scott Peterson. He got married. This is a guy. killed
Manson
his-
got married to
Yeah.
that, and she wasn't bad looking either. It was a 20-year-old something.
Well,
But apparently
he was-
she was in it just for the money, and they
Yeah.
divorced soon after. I think that's
Ted
the plot
Bundy
anyway.
did well with the ladies.
Bonnie and Clyde, they met.
But he
in
was
prison,
actually
didn't
very
they?
handsome.
Mm.
But
You're
Ted
saying
Bundy was a
you're-
true charmer. He was a real, good-looking
I heard.
guy. And
I think they did a movie, and he was talking about how he was helping the police in their investigation. Like he would call them up, be like, "How's it going, guys? Do you need any help?" Or like he was sort of like involved, and he knew all the people that were trying to bust him. He was weird, like sadistic in that way.
But that
Power
might have been
trip.
to get more
So-
information about.
See, Ted Bundy, we're lucky he wasn't around today because he was like this quintessential white guy. I mean, he just looked like just Joe businessman white guy, and he was like this sadistic serial killer. So like, I mean, he was like Dylan Roof mixed with Anders Breivik. I mean, he was just a perfect storm for people just to say fuck white people.
And
He's
a villain.
notorious,
And-
nothing else.
Yeah, and maybe some of these women really like guns.
You've said many times that you believe
the BIG.
I just can't take this guy seriously in that outfit. What is that appropriate for, that attire? Meeting
Meeting
your
your boyfriend
girlfriend's
for the first
grandmother.
time.
Yes.
Really?
Meeting your girlfriend's grandmother.
I would say
that's
that
a
guy was
brunch
gay
outfit.
if I saw him in the street.
Yes.
But then again, Tommy
Saw
from the
him or
Bronx.
saw him?
Saw him. I'm from Liverpool.
Saw him.
Don't expect really good grammar.
Hey, there's no wedding ring on this guy. What the hell, ladies? I'm a line.
Yes.
George Zimmerman is a ticking time bomb, and that ultimately he is going to explode and end up in jail or prison for a while. Do you still believe that? It's been quiet for a little while.
Even after.
What's that got to do with what he did in the first place?
Nothing.
Yeah.
How is it relevant
Just
to the
wanna-
Trayvon case?
It's
not.
perfectly possible he'll end up in jail, but let's just wait until that happens before we report on it. Perhaps. I don't know.
But even so, that's if he literally went out today and killed a guy for being black, that wouldn't mean when he shot Trayvon he did it because Trayvon was black.
All they're doing is virtue signaling that we are against the guy that killed the black person. We're some of the good whites.
Yeah, that guy
And that-
Zimmerman should have let himself die. He should have let his brain be splashed out on the street.
Yeah.
Because you don't know in a situation like that. You genuinely don't know. In a street fight late at night, a stranger is beating you up. You're on the ground. It's concrete. One bad kick, and it's lights out, baby.
What did you do the last time, Jacob?
Sorry?
I said, what did you do the last time?
Oh, well, my Brazilian jiu-jitsu skills are very poor, so I try not to end up on the ground. If I can. If I can finish it on my feet, I'm really happy with that.
He goes into flying knee mode. He just goes ballistic. It's like jumping around like
That's
a
right.
kangaroo.
That's right. It's just red-headed rage.
I imagine you to be a slapper. Fisticuffs.
A
kind of
slapper?
guy. Not a
What,
slapper
like
as
a
in like
bunch
a
of fives? Like a slapper, yeah. Thanks.
Sorry.
Some of the incidents that we discussed after the trial probably should have been enough to put him in jail at least for a little while. But yes, I do think we will see that something like that will happen.
We haven't heard the last of
It's in-
good old George, is what you're saying.
You know what's funny though? Here's what's funny. This is the only thing that would save this segment for me is if they said, "Well, you guys, let's keep it real. If Trayvon Martin was alive today, he would probably be in jail too for a variety of other reasons." And that is the truth, and that is statistically true. I mean, if you know this guy, if you study this guy, anybody in his world would tell you, "Yeah, there's a high chance he would have gotten in trouble with the law." Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes.
His own mother would have told you that.
Yes. He would have said it.
They literally couldn't get a character witness to show up in court to testify to say Trayvon was a good kid. They couldn't find one single person. Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible.
Got a few seconds.
I really doubt it. After everything we've heard, after everything that has happened, I really doubt it.
Yeah. And it's probably worth just, bookending that by saying, obviously nobody is happy when somebody is shot. That's not what we're saying in response to this video. That should go without saying.
That is why I tweet out the picture of the Syrian refugee dead on the beach and a guy doing a handstand on him. And it's not to make fun of the Syrian refugee. It's to make fun of the people that try to use death and tragedy and manipulate. And then they tuck in behind it all their agenda points. And it's like, oh, are you against death? Do you know this black guy died? Do you understand that? His life is over.
Yes.
Okay? And it's like, well, wait a minute, that's not the point.
No.
And the one thing I will say about
we're all civilized.
Yes.
We get it.
The only good thing about Zimmerman is he has a beauty mark very similar to Marilyn Monroe. Now you have to give him that. Do you see it?
But she wears it in a totally different way.
Yeah. He doesn't pull it off quite as good, but he went for it, and I have to appreciate that.
Which video shall we do next?
What's next, love?
Any video you want.
Any video we want in the entire
Pornhub.
In the list.
Yes.
I might be able to arrange that. But,
Jacob Home Videos. Is that the same thing? This is the amateur section of Pornhub.
It's a website, yeah.
We were going to do a YouTube one, but Young Turks one, but we're not going to do that one.
Yeah. 29 questions for women.
Yeah, do that one.
Yeah. Okay.
But we aren't women. How is this going to work? You'll have to answer all of them.
Okay.
She will. We'll keep stum.
It's the questions women ask for themselves. Okay, it's doing that thing. Sorry, I have to restart it.
No, it's because you're ugly and you look like a
Well, her earrings are a bit ethnic for my liking, and they're intentionally ethnic. I feel like she's sort of like embracing her heritage a bit too much.
Okay.
Just wanted to share that with you.
Do my boobs always bounce like this? Is that why everyone is looking at me?
So boobs go different sizes throughout the month. You have like a week where they're massive, and then a bit smaller for the rest of it.
Okay, but let's address the larger point, which is this is an attempt to get clicks and get subscribers. That's what we're looking at. You don't have a girl talking and fondling her boobs in frame 2 of your video and not realize that that's what this is about. This is softcore porn and desperation to get attention.
Same as the fingering.
Yes, Jacqueline Glenn fingering a girl on camera.
Yeah.
Did she actually do that, by the way? Is that she genuinely done it?
Genuinely does it.
I'll put a screenshot
in the chat.
Did Paul's ego actually fist TJ, by the way?
That's a complete joke, obviously.
What do you mean, did he fist TJ?
Now, I'm posting it in our Skype. You can see the picture. It's Jacqueline inserting her finger, she has a glove on, into a lesbian's vagina.
Why?
You see it? Why?
I see it.
Because look how many views it has. That's like 250,000 views.
Jesus.
That's just like a...
500,000 views.
That's just a vaginal examination that women have to go through like every 6 months.
Exactly. Guys in the chat, it's not erotic. You're not missing out on anything. She's literally sat in a chair and
dressed like a
clumsily
nurse,
putting her finger. It is like a doctor's examination. You're right, Anthony.
By the way, look how bony her left hand is sitting on her lap. Do you see that? It is seriously like a hand that has no flesh. There's no fiber in there. It's just bone and skin.
Yep.
Crazy. How's that watch staying on? Velcro.
Is everyone actually looking at me there?
Oh, it's BuzzFeed. Wow.
Oh, of course it's BuzzFeed.
Yes.
That's not upbeat music. Come on.
No, I don't think I've ever asked myself that question.
And BuzzFeed is the king of adding numbers, and apparently we are so susceptible to these things where if you just put a number on something, people are like, ooh.
34 things that men wank around. You know,
exactly, but it makes it finite. So you're like, I wonder what number 1 is. I wonder what is going to change. What's the 29th one? I mean, if I said 524 things Jenk says that's retarded, and it's an hour-long video, I bet you would get more views.
Yeah, that's the whole internet, though, isn't it?
Though.
Yeah, because but
I'm going to call it my next video that.
You'll see these clickbait things that are like 29 questions women ask. you must see number 7. I didn't believe it myself.
Right.
Right, and then it'd be
Okay.
something completely innocuous, and that's how you get the clicks. That's all
Yeah.
everybody's about.
Wait a minute. They're not going to jam 29 things into a minute.
Oh, they
37
do.
video.
They,
I think
they
they
must do. They have to. It says so in the title.
False advertising.
Because they also aren't allowed. They mustn't let the audience dwell on the questions long enough to work out how stupid they are. So
these are
they
just-
do. It's like a machine gun patter, right? It's question, 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 question.
So let's watch. Go.
Oh, these are no answers. These are just questions, right? That
Yeah,
makes it easy.
apparently questions you ask yourself if you're a woman.
Is it normal to bleed this much? Should I go to the guy now?
What? Okay.
Triggered.
I love the subtitles as well.
Yeah.
No, you've got subtitles on. There's no subtitles in the video.
Oh, I can see subtitles. Okay, fine. Good.
Do I still have a guy now?
Did I use too many exclamation points in that email?
Is this really gonna be a chat?
Exclamation points like specific to women. If men never used
Yeah,
exclamation points.
that was very strange that that's a woman question. Wow.
I don't get it.
It's like they ran out. So it's like tits, vagina,
But we're only
exclamation
4
points.
in. How have you run out when we're 4 things in?
What about my career, or is this guy just trying to get in my pants? Is this too
First-
massive?
It's not the second.
Career, definitely
career.
career. for you. No disrespect, but
Ouch. You're harsh.
I know
We've-
she was
we've
annoying. me.
sexually objectified her. Yeah. We're on
But it
edge.
does irritate me how every woman is running around these days of this particular type. Ladies,
Yes.
I'm not saying all.
I've never met a woman like this ever in my life.
Right, neither have I. Most women are lovely.
Normal.
These people are clearly made in some sort of factory and shipped off to BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
I went to an all-girls school, and this is the normal type of girl that would go there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were saying, Devin?
They're deficient. There's something wrong with them. And this is their way of uplifting their sense of self. Is I'm a victim, oh my God. You know, my life is more difficult than you people understand. You need to validate and understand that. So, continue.
Masculine. Do I look more respectable with my hair up or my hair down? Is this too feminine?
The women.
I'm beginning,
We could stop
I'm
this
beginning
every
to hate
3
women
seconds.
as we go through this. I think by the end of this, we're all gay. It's just irritating. Just whinging.
Stop fucking whining. Yeah.
But
play it.
I love the inverse though. Is this too feminine? Have you guys ever said, is this too masculine? Has that ever been said?
No, I don't think so. I don't even think Arnie has said that.
Do you think David Pakman was like, should I wear the pink collared shirt? Is that too masculine? I'm not sure.
I can't imagine, Devin, when you pick an outfit off the floor and put it on, that you'd ever say, is this too masculine?
Maybe like Tommy from the Bronx or like Autopsy or some metalhead might say something like that. Should I soften it up a bit?
If Tommy was in England, I think a lot of people would assume he was gay.
Really?
By the way
fighting
he
word?
dresses?
What you mean?
Oh
with the
well.
hat?
Yeah, the
You're
hat.
talking about the hat. You're talking about the hat, aren't you?
The whole get-up thing.
Yeah, you're talking about the hat. I know what you're talking about.
Well,
Yeah, it's a
it's
gay
weird because
hat.
leather,
It's a gay hat.
It's a gat.
but wearing leather goes for straights and gays.
That's
Leather
true.
sort of is universal.
I've never owned anything that's made out of leather.
Neither have I.
That,
So, go
what
ahead.
about couch?
Yeah, I do have a leather couch.
There you go.
Wears a lot of jean jackets too.
What?
I can see Anthony having some assless chaps, given that you are in Texas.
I don't wear any
That looks-
denim jackets or leather. So
Wait a minute. This looks like a hipster guy to me.
no, that's a
right here.
lesbian. That's a lesbian,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Yeah,
just
full-on
a
lesbian.
flat-chested
No,
lesbian.
that's look at the arms down by the side. Who walks like?
I don't think she's that flat chested. I think she's packed
No,
in
she's-
like
yeah,
a
she's-
sports bra.
Yeah, strapped. Go ahead.
Oh boy. Am I gonna get catcalled right
Fucking
now?
hell, bounce on that.
Look how she walks.
Which one is
Wait a
the
minute, wait a
guy?
minute.
Got that
Exactly,
swagger.
exactly. This is what I thought, Jacob, when I saw this. Right, she's walking to him like swaggering like a man,
Right.
and then passes obviously an effeminate millennial. So things get confused at that point. It's like
Here's the
sparks are
problem.
going off, you know.
Here's the problem. That walk was so uncomfortable. That walk was like somebody said, "Hey, I have a camera. I'm pointing at you. Now walk."
Yes.
And then she walked it like the way
Oh, bang on.
you would. And then this Asian guy, she's like, "Is this guy gonna catcall me?" No, Asian guys don't do that, and everybody knows that. They're filming this somewhere in LA or something, right? Asian guys from LA do not catcall girls.
What not all? So was that
Do you
right?
remember the video of that
Okay,
girl
that is
walking
racist.
through New York?
Yeah, she had to walk for
There's a
10
girl
hours
walking-
through a
right.
ghetto.
She's walking through New York, and no white guy is catcalling her, and it was all black guys, just like, "Hey, baby, let's make a baby." You know,
Hey,
it's
how are
just
you
crazy.
today?
That's
Oh,
just-
he catcalled me.
Right. It is a
Yeah,
social
that's a
difference.
shit cat call. If that passes as a cat call these days, the men of LA
Hello.
or wherever need to get their
Oh, and by the way,
together.
as just an amateur sociologist and just an expert on Asian racism, that Asian guy would never make eye contact with this girl, especially in LA. He would never look at her like that. His eyes would be off in the distance, just on the horizon.
But
And
So
anybody
the
would back me up on that.
beanie hat.
Yeah,
Yes, there's no way you make. But it's not
stuck
just
into his
an Asian guy.
iPhone. That's it.
No person makes eye contact with a total stranger like as they're walking by you. That's about as creepy as going to an elevator and just staring at somebody.
They do in Florida. That was.
We did it. We did
Oh,
it.
we did it when they farted. In the
Yeah.
elevator,
What the fuck is that? Good.
Should I respond?
Oh,
I'm gonna think of the perfect.
definitely it's not turning around.
Yeah.
Now, if I saw her walking down the street past me, I would immediately think she's a lesbian.
Yes.
What gave it away?
Just the way she carries herself and the hairstyle and the.
Is it
It's
the
the hair.
She,
pink-
well, she probably is, to be fair, Anthony. I
No,
would
but here's what it
imagine
is.
so.
I think we start by looking at somebody's eyes, and so you're looking from the top down. The top screams lesbian, and then as you go down, there's nothing that indicates that you're wrong from your first
Yeah,
analysis.
there's nothing feminine. She's trying to dress like a boy. It's just.
I don't get it though. Why fancy women and say women are sexy and then do everything in your power to look like a man?
Because she's a lesbian.
But that just doesn't make sense.
I know, exactly. Oh,
You're trying to look at like the thing you don't find attractive.
Response
Good
for the
point,
next
Micah.
time this happens.
Does he actually like my work, or is he flirting with me?
Ugh, why
Maybe
do I
it's
always say
both.
so-
Like, why can't it be both? Why is this a big deal all of a sudden? Like, you know, people when I was at work, people flirted with me. I flirted with them. We still got the work done. I don't understand why this is now a big, massive feminist issue.
Dude, you're
Grow
flirting
up,
with
for
me right
goodness sake.
now, and I don't question. Is he here in this hangout because he wants to flirt with me?
Exactly. Nobody cares. In fact, it'll make us more popular, Devin. We should do it more often.
Are there any white chicks in this video, or are they just sort of not part of this?
Off-white.
We're not invited.
Go
That's
play.
a white chick. That's on the screen.
That's
right
not
now.
a white chick.
You sure?
That's white.
Yeah, she's like some foreigner.
Greek.
Yeah.
Nah.
Sorry so much. Will I look more
Ronnie.
professional if I wear my hair curly or straight? Should I get a perm?
Will I get TSS if I sleep with this tampon in?
Did that make me sound
Oh.
bossy?
Well, someone made a groan.
Does anybody
Yeah,
think
that
that
was
she's
me.
white? That's Syrian. What is that?
I'd say she was
Hmm.
white.
No. White people
I
have
think
long
it's
hair.
a microaggression to ask these days.
Look at that nose. Honestly, Armenian. She's an Armenian. Look at the
Maybe,
nose. That-
especially if
think-
she's in LA.
This is
Somebody
girl
tweet
that
this to
will-
Anna and ask her.
This is
She'll
a
know.
bridesmaid of Anita Sarkeesian, is what we're looking at, and I think you guys all know that to be true.
Alright, I'll agree with you on that. Armenian, maybe. But aren't Armenians white?
Thank you. No, not fully. They haven't committed to it. They have their toe in the water.
Okay.
No
Or
freckles.
like
No
a-
freckles. No white. Look at that face. See now she looks more like Anita Sarkeesian. That's more of the
Yes.
face.
Yeah.
Tropes.
Like a rat.
Yes, yes.
Boss ass
Patriarchy.
bitch. Oh, am I being too nice? Oh, is he gonna think I was flirting with him? Am I being too flirty?
What am I?
I don't
There's
know.
no white people here, man.
Is she saying like all women ask themselves that? I don't ask myself that until it's like 4 weeks after speaking to someone. And they're trying to ask me on a date. And it's like, what have I done wrong?
Hey Jacob, where do you think they got the music for this? Like, is it a stock thing, or do you think they custom make it?
I think they custom make it.
It's buzzfeed.
Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, ka-doom.
Yeah.
It's like something out of Sesame Street or something.
It's like a reject from a really bad kids TV show. Like the producers heard it and thought, we're not fucking using that.
But you know what's
BuzzFeed
crazy?
said, we'll take it.
So
I feel like it's a lazy way to try to set the tone for comedy. So they're trying to like tell you the vibe through this music, and it's sort of supposed to smooth everything over. But to
But
me,
what
it's
they're
just
saying
insulting.
isn't funny.
Yeah, if you're trying to be funny, be funny, and don't just use bells and whistles to try to like, boom, boom, you know, it's like, come on.
This is
How
probably
often
written
did
by
that
women,
appear
though.
in The Office, for example?
Yeah. Oh,
Sure.
what are you implying? Like that the reason it's not funny is because it was written by women?
Women aren't as funny as men.
Well, it's guaranteed to have been written by women.
Scientific
Because
fact.
there's no way. You think BuzzFeed, they're like, hey guys, we're going to do 29 questions women ask themselves. Robert and Chad and Gary, would you like to come in here?
Well, if Gary did write it, it would be better. Gary.
Should we start without Gary? Does anybody know where he is?
Boob's gonna drop. God, I love makeup. Does that make me a bad feminist?
Is this email too mean? Should I add a smiley face at the end?
By the way, that last girl, that like half Latino mixed chick, she's like too pretty to even take seriously. Like she's probably living such a charmed life that it's just kind of aggravating. I don't want to hear her bitch about a single thing until she's like, you know, lived a couple more decades.
Until she's been an employee of BuzzFeed for a few years longer.
Oh my God, I love this. Do you see this sweatshirt she's wearing? But we're on the anti-white crusade here. Not a single white person.
It's a university.
I shot of this
It is.
video. It's a black university, Howard. It's an all-black college.
Is it really?
What do you mean by all black? Is it like they literally
It's all
won't
black.
let white people go there?
Either by default, like I mean, it's called an all-black college. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple white sort of cucks that go over there and study African American history, but it's like 99% black. I would say. I don't know. Yeah.
Incredible.
They need a diversity quota.
If I really wanted to, could I breastfeed right now? Oh God, did I just get my period?
When can I take this bra off? Yeah, I'm gonna take it off.
One of these days, gonna have the fire.
Yeah. Got it.
Absolutely worthless. I mean,
It really was.
and how many
Not
views
a
does that
laugh
have?
to be had in the whole thing.
1 second.
I mean, seriously, Jacob, doesn't it inspire you and think, God, we make some pretty good videos? If this video is seriously like setting, like, tell me how many views it has, because that's going to depress me.
Oh, well, 1 sec.
Well, they have something like 2 million subscribers, correct?
Yeah.
I've never seen a YouTuber in our community make a video that was anything like as bad as that. If they're getting 2 million subscribers, that's an absolute disgrace.
That
But it's
has
like,
400.
it's intentionally.
Sorry.
Okay.
420 views. Sorry, 420,000 views.
Yeah.
That was a conservative estimate. Just for me, the very idea of making a minute 30 video, to me, it's like saying, hey, let's make a horror film. Okay, G-rated. What? Why? What's the point of that? It's like, what are you going to say to me in a minute 30? And if your intention was to make me laugh, you failed. You failed miserably. And I'm left with that song in my head. So this is a net negative experience for me.
But it's clearly what people want. I think we're the ones out of step, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like that.
Oh no, I wouldn't have it any other way. But I'm just trying to explain the phenomena that is BuzzFeed, because they clearly are doing relatively well. And I think the fact that they make short videos that are essentially about nothing is part of the reason for that. People don't really want to engage their brains.
Yeah, and I think
Maybe
people take them
Seinfeld started this.
seriously. Sorry. Like
Seinfeld was a TV show about nothing, and I think they started the trend. They were just they hit their stride before the internet, which is truly about a lot of nothing out there.
Do you want to do another video, like her, and then we'll wrap it up?
Which one?
I don't know.
I'll
Do we have
refer
do
to
we have
that.
another one on the Do we have another one on the playlist? Or
We have Adam's one and Trump supporter punched by black guy.
all right, let's do Trump supporters punched by a black guy.
I like it already.
Oh, sorry,
we'll
no,
do-
it's a black
and then
Trump
we'll-
fan attacks white protest.
Yeah, and then we'll finish with Adam, because Adam's is good. I like Adam's video.
Who's Adam?
Adam Aston.
Adam, you what, mate?
Oh.
Adam.
You guys have seen a lot of violence at the Trump rallies. This one's got a twist. It is an African American Trump supporter who's beating up a white guy. Nice little twisty twist. So we've got a black guy supporting the orange candidate. Fascinating. Let's go to Tucson. And
Yeah,
find
you
out.
like that, don't you? Like he's enjoying that. Because it
No,
almost had to be about the other thing.
What you have to understand is keep the regressive agenda in mind. Okay, so what it is fuck white people. White people are racist. Fuck the cops. Fuck America. And then protect the downtrodden. Don't punch down. So keep all that in
Fuck
mind.
Republicans.
Yeah, of course. But if you have a black guy attacking a white guy, now you would think it's going to be very difficult to get to his other talking points. He does. Okay, it will still get to fuck the cops and fuck white people.
He was probably viewing that as like an Uncle Tom black guy that supports Trump.
Oh my God! And I put it this way: I might not do a video on this now because we're doing it now. Go to this video, look in the comments, and these are regressives or what they call progressives. They all shred this black man and call him every name in the book, racial slur. And we're talking Uncle Tom, coon, sellout, all that shit. Like viciously go after this black guy.
I believe it.
Like it was to the point where I was going to screenshot. I was like, this is fucking absurd. Tommy Sotomayor doesn't get this much shit.
I don't like this.
And because he's...
Sorry.
Yeah.
This is...
It's okay, Devin. You can go.
No,
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
God.
It's turned into Canada.
You don't want to out-polite a British person, Devin.
Okay. No, but the thing is, it's different levels. So their tribalism about hating conservatives is so much that it's like in competition with the fact, wait, but he is black. But he's a conservative, so fuck him. He's a...
Yes. Well, they get round it by saying he's not a true black. He's a coconut or something like that. In the same way as Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is not a true Muslim. It doesn't matter that as long as if it doesn't fit the narrative, they just redefine the term.
Okay, but they called this guy like a house nigger and all this shit. His fans. Okay, you have to understand these people are truly racist. Now, here's one fact that they do not tell you in the story, is that the protester in question that is getting beaten on is a guy or a girl. It was a guy who was just wearing a KKK hood. Okay, he went to a Trump rally in KKK garb to say, hey, all you Trump supporters are like the KKK. So a black guy, by the way, this guy's a military veteran, a black guy beating on a white person in KKK gear, you think would not suffer the scorn and hatred and accusations of racism by regressives.
Yeah. That's the regressives
would
wet
be sort
dream.
of, yeah,
That
they
should
do
be
that
his hero.
daily anyway. Right. This is how they go to sleep. They don't count sheep jumping a fence. They count black guys hitting KKK members.
That's almost a scene from a Tarantino movie.
Yes.
That's right out of Django.
Exactly.
I'm surprised
and
they don't
it doesn't get mentioned here because it's not going to help what Cenk's trying to do with the story.
Is Anthony still around?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you think what's happening with Trump in America is the same as what happened with Nigel Farage, where he's just unfairly labelled racist?
No.
No. Do you think he is actually racist?
No, I don't think Farage is.
No, that's what I mean. Is he being unfairly labelled that way with Trump? In the same way Nigel Farage was?
In a very basic way, I guess. Like, where people don't really have to apply much thought to it. But, Nigel Farage and Donald Trump are not the same thing.
No, I know
they're
that.
with entirely different things. But I guess there could be some similarities there, but no.
What they have in common is they're both right-wing populists with a distaste for political correctness. So that's where I think the similarities is being drawn.
Yes.
Nigel Farage is certainly not a racist. I don't think Donald Trump is a racist either, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't even know what he is.
I don't understand where
he's definitely not a politician. That's the thing. He's not, Trump isn't a politician, and he's running for president of the most powerful country in the world. That's the worrying part of it. Whereas, Nigel Farage works for UKIP, which most people listening to this won't have even heard of unless they're from Europe.
He's a really good politician.
So it's not... Yeah, he seems to be way more honest and way more down the line than many politicians that I've heard in England lately. And if I was living in England, and I know I can still vote, and I will vote in the next general election, but I'm tempted to vote for somebody like UKIP.
And
I know Jacob. I think... Well, I know. I don't care. I don't care. It's just it's a gradual thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think Jacob would... Jacob, you're like a UKIP supporter, right? To some degree. Is that fair?
I certainly have sympathy with a lot of their positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we all acknowledge Trump's head and neck right here? It looks like his torso was trying to blow a bubble or something, a flesh bubble.
And also, he's been tangoed in that picture. What's happened to his skin? He's all bronze
I honestly
and orange.
think there was no color correction on that. That's the shocking part.
That's real him, is it? That's actually the man.
Yeah.
It does look like the texture of a testicle, though. I mean, that is the vibe you get from his skin.
Play it.
was a good punch. Fair play.
Yeah.
Everyone very reluctant to actually break it up. You know, they sort of let him get a few kicks in as well before the security guard actually did anything.
Okay. Here's the difference, though. And Cenk is about to make that point, and his point is, oh, God, these people are fascist and violent and shit. First of all, you have a large black guy beating on this person. Now, these are the cops. The cops were not close to this event. They were like 10 paces back. It was like the ushers. It was just the event security who are just like these minimum wage, no training. These are small people. They were not going to stop this guy. So this was not an intentional, let's let this guy beat him up. It was the cops were literally not there. Go ahead.
That turns out to be Tony Petway. He's an airman assigned to the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base and decided to take it upon himself to, as usual, sucker punch protester. It's usual for Trump rallies. The unusual part was his race. That's
What's
why
that
the
about?
cops seem to...
What's that about? I like the first thing he brings into focus is the fact that this guy is in the military. The black guy, that is. That's the first thing he brings up. He's in the Air Force or whatever. And then he says that this is usually what happens at a Trump rally. I mean, is this actually what happens at a Trump rally?
It's very confusing. His racism is like malfunctioning right now. The name of this video, Orange is the New Black. This is all, the only thing about this that is unique is that this guy's black. Now, they're talking about an incident that happened a week before, which is where a 78-year-old guy sucker punched a black guy in the face. Now, he's trying to make that comparison, like, oh, this happens all the time, but here's why this is different. And he's still going to get to his talking points here, even though it really shouldn't be about race here, but watch, it is.
Be at a loss as to what to do. Now, normally we let the Trump supporters kick the crap out of the protesters first, and then we don't ever arrest them. We just arrest the guy who got his ass kicked. But that guy is black. What do we do?
That sounds like bullshit.
Okay, so pause it. It is bullshit. So in the story with the 78-year-old, there's a black guy getting ushered out of a Trump rally. He gets sucker punched or with an elbow. Nobody was right by him. Nobody saw it. Okay, we saw it because we were looking at a camera. We saw it like repeat over and over. The cops were not next to the guy. They were like, again, 10 yards back. They didn't see the event. It was one punch. This guy punched like 20 times and kicked. So there's a difference. And on top of it, the 78-year-old later gets arrested. So the video comes out. The cops find out about the video. They go to the guy's house and arrest him for assault. So just know that. He mentions it in passing after he's tried to bullshit his point.
I got an idea. Let's pause for a while, let him kick the crap out of the guy, and then since he's black, we'll arrest him. Here, watch it again, see how it turned out.
Oh my God. Oh. Okay, so just keep in mind, so he just phrased that as the reason that guy got arrested was because he was black. Okay, and he is leveraging that against what?
I mean, that's like a pro-black thing and then an anti-black thing of, oh, this black guy's doing X. But he's also being oppressed while he's punching someone in the face.
Okay, first of all, anybody, if you beat a man 20 times in front of cops, you're getting arrested. Okay, that's just period.
Yeah.
Now, what he's doing is comparing this event to the event from last week where a white guy hit a black person one time, nobody saw it. And that guy didn't get arrested on the spot because nobody saw it. He did get arrested, and the difference is, again, it's not equivalent. What this guy just did to that white protester is not the same from that last case. Now, he's just flattened that out and is pretending that it is. And he's pretending the only difference is the race. Go ahead.
He's getting an elbow in there as well.
Look, that guy's trying to stop him. That usher. Look at that usher. Yeah. That guy's like 55 with glasses. This guy's not a trained...
He's got glasses. He has got glasses, yeah.
And nobody can fight with glasses on, right?
Well, dude, you ever heard Stephen Merchant talk about that?
It's even a joke at the end of the first Batman movie. You know, you don't hit a guy with glasses.
Exactly. I like how it says rump in the background. Go ahead.
Now, look, an argument could be made that
he goes quietly, though. He's like, yeah.
That
yeah,
immediate face that he has there, you know, he's gonna just come out. Jesus, just bullshit.
To get there, the security guy couldn't handle it by himself. But boy, they did seem to mosey on up there, fairly nonchalantly, as the guy was kicking him while he was down.
So now it's fuck the cops. This is the beginning of the fuck the cops. So he's suggesting that it was the cops' racism. Meanwhile, like one of those cops clearly look Latin. But yeah, forget it. It's just. Wait, hold on. I've already confused my own racism here. They were slow to get to the black guy.
Yes.
Okay, wait. They're slow to get to the black guy because we're right now we're on the fuck Republicans. Yeah, Republicans are bad because they are fascists and they hurt people. But now it's going to be, but they arrested the black guy because fuck white people. Do you understand? So if they hurried up and just arrested the black guy, broke him up after one punch, it would be, aha, cops, they're racist because it was a black guy. They arrested the black guy. If they are slow to get to the black guy, aha, fuck Republicans. You see that? Fuck those Republican cops. Like, what the fuck?
The web and the narrative of these people, it's like a Chris Nolan movie. You never know what level you're in. And as you just said, you had to literally lay it out bit by bit. And I sort of get it now, but I'm still not confident that the next thing Cenk Uygur says, I will understand straight away.
I was the same thing when I watched this video, Jacob. I was the same thing. I was like, what is his narrative?
I don't know what he's driving at.
Yeah. Good.
Like, that guy's being viciously assaulted. We'll get there. Oh, the guy doing it is black. Okay, hey, turn around. Let's handcuff him.
See, there it is.
To my knowledge,
that's outrageous.
He just switched talking points. So in his mind, the cop's mentality is, there's this protester is getting beaten. Yes. Well, I'm a cop at a Trump rally. I'm therefore in support of Trump. So I love how the cops can't be Democrats or they can't be liberal. They're just auto Trump cops apparently, and they're thinking, well, let's let him do it. And then they notice that the guy's black, and they go, you know what? I do have a deep-seated, just total hatred towards black people. Fuck black people.
Yes.
Let's go arrest that guy. That's the mental process.
And that's all in Cenk's head. But
yes,
he's just described it as if he is some profound, Freudian psychoanalyst and can read the cops' brains and determine for us what was going through their faculties at the time. It's so arrogant and stupid and bizarre, and he's just wasting everybody's time.
And you know what? It's great. Yeah. You know who doesn't get mentioned here? The protester. The whiteness of the protester gets no mention. So it's like this white guy's getting beaten on, but it's like, who cares? That's good. That's kind of good. I mean, he's not going to mention that. If it was reversed, and it was reversed last week, it was all about that. It was all a white guy hit a black guy. Hey, everybody!
It would not be a 3-minute video. They'd have the round table out. There'd be charts. There'd be everything.
Yeah. It is scandalous.
Good.
First Trump supporter who's ever been arrested on the spot for an assault. There's been almost a dozen.
That's not true,
very
to your
clear
knowledge.
Assaults
He has no idea what he's talking about. You guys, you have to understand, this guy, this is not a news agency. You guys know that. He'll never go back and correct anything. Like, you could send him an email or tweet at this guy and be like, actually, there were people arrested at Trump rallies for assault. And he's never going to mention it again.
He
just says whatever. I mean,
it's bound to, journalistic laws, aren't they?
Nothing. You guys, there's no standards. There's no certification. There's no integrity. This is just a guy with a webcam. I hope everybody at home knows that.
Yeah, I put this on for my friend earlier. She'd never seen TYT. And she was like, oh, is this a TV channel? I said, no, they try and look like one, though. They do try.
Yes, yeah.
Well, it's almost SNL at this stage. We're doing just as well as he is.
Yeah.
All we have to do is talk about some articles we've read on BBC or the Wall Street Journal, and all of a sudden, we are TYT, only with a little bit more integrity.
Mm-hmm. 1 second.
Showing you on the show here. Nobody ever gets arrested. This one, they're like, oh, okay. Is he done with him? Great. Okay, now let's take him in. Okay. So, look, he's...
I don't know, what's he even saying there? That they were getting off on the fact that the white guy was being beaten up, but then decided, oh, yeah, the guy doing it's black, so we better arrest him.
Yes. Here's what it was. Jacob, he was trying to get greedy and nail 2 talking points at the same time, which is fuck white people are racist, and fuck conservatives. He tried to get both. Now, his case would have made more coherent. It would have been more coherent if he had just stuck with one. But instead, he went for the two. And these cops had, like, I don't know, like an awakening. They had an epiphany that the guy was black and that they were racist, like halfway through this beating. It's unbelievable.
And Airman apparently has got every right to express himself, but not with fists. So he has been.
The translation was off, but I guess this is auto. The text in the bottom.
You can turn that off.
I'll see. Yeah, so you're getting that as well, Devin. That's not just me. Okay. Good.
Arrested for suspicion of misdemeanor assault. I can confirm that suspicion. You saw right there. I know that that's technically what they say. By the way, misdemeanor assault? What's a felony assault?
Okay. So right there. So you just went from, this is fantastic because this is the ending note, okay? The ending note has to be fuck white people. So what he just said was, that's misdemeanor assault? Okay, we're talking about a black guy just brutally beating on a white person. And he goes, what does it take to be a felony assault in that state? Which was what, Arizona? So, and what is Arizona? It's white people. So the laws of Arizona, they are so violent and so backward and so terrible. The whites of Arizona, that this black guy we just saw beat a white person, got off with a misdemeanor because fuck white people. I mean, it's like, it's unbelievable how he can do this. He's a gymnast.
Yes, he certainly is.
Well, I'm glad you all enjoyed that. Hey, Leica, let's play the Adam video, and then we'll have to wrap this thing up, man. We've gone nearly 3 hours.
Give me a second.
All right.
Worst secretary in history.
Well, you'll get better, love. I don't know. Once we start paying you some money, then
Yeah, I'll suddenly get better once money's involved.
you will. Yes.
But that video from an intellectual perspective was obviously outrageous. But he's done far worse things morally this week, and
Yes.
it would certainly be worth at some stage people listening to this checking out the videos they've made RE Brussels, because, as usual, they're diabolical and deserve to be ridiculed. So go do it.
Look, everybody go to that.
Sorry.
What?
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Everybody go to that video, the orange is the new black thing, that black protester, and just look at the racist comments toward the black person from these so-called progressives. Just watch. Just be in amazement about that.
Give me a second.
So the last video that we've got is Adam Aston, a flying monkey, walking in a shell suit down a rainy English pathway, ranting about his own experience of Muslims in England. Now, I love this. It was only a minute long, and the guy speaks absolute truth. It's a prepared statement. He's a big fan.
Okay, so I'm aware of the rules. Are we just enjoying this, or are we putting on our TYT hats and arguing with him?
No, this is
just enjoying it.
This is just an enjoyment. This last one.
Okay.
I'm just having a technical glitch, but it's fine.
Right, you have to forgive me, because this was just going to turn into an epic rant if I didn't write it down. So.
And this is his girlfriend videoing it, by the way. That's walking in reverse.
In the rain.
Somehow. In the rain. In England. Carry on.
So, like everyone else today, I flicked on the news and woke up to yet another Islamic terrorist attack. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. I've spent a lifetime around Muslims that are too quick to violence.
Sorry, did someone say something?
Yeah.
Just British people and the way they say shit. It's amazing. There's so much punch in that shit.
Yes.
The T. Cap T on that.
It's only English can do that. Yes, Leica?
Sorry, I just love my R Adam.
Oh yeah, Adam's awesome.
He's got a Danny Dyer.
This is a guy I met with this guy in London. He came down to visit me, and we had some coffee and talked for many hours. It was quite fun. Really good guy.
Play.
Sorry, still living a technical.
Whenever their precious Allah or Islam, Muhammad are insulted. Fuck Islam. Fuck your fairy tale. And fuck Muhammad. A violent fucking psycho sex case.
Yeah, that all seems in order.
He's on point so far, right?
It's the best video you've watched all night.
But
Yeah.
But here,
I thought we'd finish on
yes,
that.
it is interesting because like this is a guy who has a new family, right? He's got a wife and a young daughter. He's a new dad. He's got he's got a job. He's got things going on in his life. He doesn't want to have to be talking about this shit. And this is the kind of guy who sees the future of his family and his country and all that like jeopardized. So these are the people. Like it's not Angela Merkel and the friggin' regressives in Edmonton that got to worry about it. It's Adam. He has to confront this.
1 second.
Example of unman my arse. It's a cult. It's a death cult that from its inception pitted itself against the rest of the world, all non-Muslims. It gave us the word jihad, for fuck's sake. Religion of peace, yeah. Where am I? So, yeah, fuck
I
is...
feel like he's gonna
But
yeah,
you know what I'm getting from this though? I'm getting a little lock stock vibe. I feel like he could like veer off. I feel like at any moment he would veer off this road and go down some like dirt path, and there'd be like a guy with like a blindfolded, and he's like, "So this is what I got to say to the people in ISIS, right? I got one of yours now, don't I?"
He's there in the trunk of a car.
And there's like a shallow grave dug, and he's just like, "Any last words, mate?"
I love how he's veering up as well.
No, fuck Muslims. Oh, yeah, it's a spectrum. I know plenty of peaceful, just
yes.
happy-go-lucky
Good save. Good save.
I love the nuance brought in.
Yeah.
In the middle of this rant, he's like, "Fuck this and fuck that, and fuck." But it is a spectrum, though. You do have to.
Not all.
Don't get carried away.
Don't start killing just yet.
It doesn't matter how right someone is, it's always tainted when they have an accent. It's really rough.
Better, I mean.
Yeah, but Adams is spot on.
Yeah, but like if Voltaire had the same accent as Adam and said the exact
Well,
same things, I think
but
no
Adam-
one would listen.
Yeah,
but Jacob does kind of deliver the same kind of stuff. But yeah.
I get the feeling Jacob actually sounds like this in real life, and he puts on this.
It's all put on, man. What are you talking about? Nobody talks to him like that in England.
Yeah, this is the show. This is the character.
Once the camera goes off, man, I've spoken to him on Skype. He doesn't speak in anything like this whatsoever.
He's like a computer program. Somebody like coded him to sound like the English butler or something.
Go and play.
But their head's still full of this batshit. It's totally incompatible with our society, our liberal democracy. Especially, fuck the jihadist cunts. Fuck him in the ass with a cactus. And fuck Merkel and the
Fuck them in the ass with a cactus.
I think the fuck him in the act. I don't think he wrote that down. I think that was ad libbed.
Yeah,
I just
it
love
was.
the fact- I love the fact that he planned this out, wrote it down, and it's like, it's raining outside. He could have done this inside.
He's like, yeah,
Like,
fuck
wow.
that, love. Fuck that, love. There's only way I can deliver this if I'm walking.
Right.
Yeah, but it's raining, love. Yeah, I don't fucking care.
No, but he had to get it off his chest. It reminds me of that liberal who phoned into the Belgian radio station the other day and said, "I've been left all my life, but I've had it up to here with Islam. I'm done. So I'm going to have to change my political allegiance because nobody on my side of the fence is speaking any sense at all."
Yeah.
And I get that same kind of vibe from Adam. He really doesn't, as you say, Devon, want to be doing this. He's got a family. He's got a decent life, I imagine. He's got friends and hobbies. But he understands that the time has come now for ordinary people to have their voices heard.
And let me ask you guys, as English men and women, this might hit closer to home than you would expect, because Belgium, even though it's across the channel, it is such a typical target for British people. I mean, that it's like the channel goes there, correct? I mean,
More than anywhere in my life, I think I've spent more time abroad in Belgium than anywhere else on the planet. It's like people say France or Paris is the sister city of England, but you always have to go through Belgium first.
right. So like for people at home who aren't from this region, like it might seem weird, like what does England have to do with Belgium? And even though Belgium is like borders Germany, there's no like, if something happens in Germany, English people won't feel like, oh, wait a minute, this is kind of close to home. This is like damn near Dover.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally get on the boat, be in Belgium within the hour.
Yeah, after all this thing that's going on, and maybe I'm just being selfish here, but the overriding feeling that I get is that I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I'm not there. That is, I mean,
England
self-preservation, right?
Bristol?
Yeah, in England. Yeah, in Bradford specifically.
Well, I feel like this is going to affect what Jacob was talking about with the get out of the European Union thing, because
Yeah, I will be
if you
glad.
have-
I will be glad when that happens.
but if the situation in Belgium is this bad, and in Calais and the France in general, I mean, like, what do you think the British are going to do after
I
seeing all
don't
that?
think there should be a vote on this, because if you ask the average person in England about the EU, they don't understand what it is. So they shouldn't be able to vote on something that they can't even comprehend at the minute.
Yes.
Yeah, have a
I think
basic
I should be the only person who's allowed to vote. That's my opinion. I think it's an informed opinion. I think it's a fair opinion, and I'm sure you will agree.
Yeah, you Leica and Douglas Murray. There you go.
Yes.
For the video.
Yep.
Sorry, Devin, are you saying something?
No, go ahead.
For importing more of this shit in its millions. For having the front to sling words, made up words like Islamophobia at us. Or made up word by the Muslim Brotherhood, no less. Or racist. It's not even a fucking race. You know what? We see it for what it is. It's just bullshit. And actually, lastly...
I like we just bails out. See you fucking cunts.
Lastly, fuck the regressives that swallow this fucking bullshit and then ram it down our throats. Fuck you all.
Yeah, look how pissed off he is at the end there.
Turn it off.
Yeah, he is. But this is a guy, man. It's so funny to me. Like, do you realize how easy it would be to cast him in any period piece? Like, you just take that top off and just put, like, some, I don't know, animal skins on this guy and give him an axe. I mean, this guy is ready to go. This is a crusader.
Yes.
You're looking at a crusader.
Oh yeah, he'd be charging the fields of Agincourt.
Yeah, he's ready, man. He's and I sympathize with his feeling. I think all of us could have done a monologue speech last night or yesterday or today even. I mean, it's outrageous.
It would have been easier for me to do it if I was still living in England. But being so detached from it, it's like, I don't know, you get that kind of apathetic attitude. It's like, well, this ain't affecting me.
Yeah.
Like I'm viewing all this. And
That's the way to the Jen Peoples of the world and the
it sounded like the atheist experience.
Fight it, Auntie. No.
No, but
something about Texas.
No, it's just I don't know. You hear about it's just these are the things that you hear about now. You don't experience them anymore. Whereas I did used to experience them in Bradford all the time. This is nothing new to me. This is just same old. I mean, it doesn't surprise. None of it surprises me whatsoever. Living in Bradford for 35 years, these things are going to happen. These things do happen all the fucking time. You see the anti-white hatred all the fucking time.
Suicide bombings don't happen in Bradford, and not at
No.
airports and subways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is different, and that is
The
scary.
bombers come from Bradford, although they
Yeah,
don't bomb them. but-
Yeah. I tweeted something out today. Some guy that was in I can't remember what he was involved with, but it was, the guy that blew himself up in Iraq lately and killed like 35, 40 people in a car bombing. He was from Bradford.
Apparently,
So,
Brussels has the most terrorists going to join ISIS than anywhere else in the entire.
Yeah, and that's that Molenbeek, right? That Molenbeek town.
I think per capita they have official stats report something like 500, which when you consider they have a population of 11 million, it's like it's shocking. They almost have as many as we do, and they have a population that is something like 1/6 of ours.
Yeah, like for me, that's a shocking and sad state of being, because like for me, the movie In Bruges was basically my only exposure to Belgium, and I was like, it looked delightful. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, it's not that. Oh, okay, it's something else. Oh God, let me avoid that place.
It's like a fairy tale, isn't it?
I would sooner go to Israel than to go to Belgium, and I live right next to Belgium.
Yeah. All right, guys. So are we going to wrap it up? I guess.
We can, yeah.
Shall we wrap it up? And we'll go for Flying Monkeys Podcast 03. Better, faster, and more prepared.
I can't believe you counted this as 3 hours when it was 1 hour of technical difficulty and then 2 hours of.
Yeah, are you going to edit that out at all?
That was never live.
You
No.
can cut it.
No, I think it's the
Begin
actual
a bit where
the actual.
Devin fell out of the conversation.
No, I think the whole live thing's like almost 3 hours long. It's 2 hours 45 minutes long.
Do you want me to stop the stream now?
Goodbye, everybody. Anybody else want to have any last words?
Jacob,
stay safe, guys. Stay safe and keep doing what you're doing and enjoy life, basically.
I've got children to get to bed. That's the only reason why I'm wrapping this up. I said